bail out.
Then just tell him. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't have to, like, play politics with this. So, like, why are you treating this guy like he's your wife, dude? I thought that you just said that the entire thing that people need to do is really properly look at things before giving a take. This is what you said you did, but you didn't do that.
Right.
When you see it being done to somebody by somebody that you associate with, you are not going to look into it. You're going to blindly support it, and you're going to be on a live stream with them a week later. Trigger warning for like every trigger ever relating to, you know, bad stuff with children. I'm avoiding saying those terms so this stream can remain public. If the images are just too small, be sure to zoom in or zoom out. Important notes, read first, and links. I've obtained a large part of this information from Parlous Potamer videos, all of which are archived here, Duck Dolan's VC confirmation with TraviTrav, and Duck Dolan's TraviTrav video. I have linked tweets made by Rumen Sim from his Kiwi Farms thread who are archiving his tweets, and I went inside Z-Man's server. What? What? To find info regarding the Duper Trooper and Trey Trav's comments on Duper association with Z-Man. What? What a crossover. Okay. Keep in mind, the document has new and updated information that proves even more of TraviTrav's guilt since the Duck Dolan video from February of 2025. Visiting those kind of links and Ruben defending such actions. Okay. Back in early 2024, MFD used to have a problem handling this kind of stuff, and the only users who could blacklist users were admins, and TraviTrav was the most active one. Can't report the decal for some reason. I'm guessing to prevent the decal from being deleted. Trav, blank, you know, bad thing, cheese pizza, decal report. We don't handle reports on cheese pizza. Read hashtag report. Well, okay, whoa. Okay. Cyber tip line. Yeah, that. However, they didn't post an image, just the link, so I think he's good. That's not good. Okay. What are you going to look at it to verify it's a cheese pizza? The image is what we worry about being posted, since Discord can scan images for cheese pizza. The link is 404'd anyway. Okay, well that's okay. He should have led off with the link was 404'd, but now knowing that, that's fine. It's unclear as to when this screenshot was taken, but it seems to be from early 2024. Trav, instead of simply closing the report and blacklisting the user, decided that he would click on the link, which is highly illegal and dangerous since he didn't know it was 404'd before clicking on it. Well, we don't know that. We don't know that at all, actually. He never said that. That's an assumption. Okay. Unrelated to the ticket, but there is an image of cheese pizza going around Roblox. I do not have the link, but I have the ID. This has already been reported to the child line already. Something occurrence of this has occurred with more images than the same person, also reported to the IWF. What the fuck? What do I do with this? Let me pull it up. It's 404. Oh. Eesh. Okay. So, I mean, that's irresponsible. Sure. This wasn't a one-time mistake, it was a pattern, potentially multiple months of what is assumed to be February 2024 and August 2024. The user themselves had stated they had already reported it to the proper authorities, and this didn't stop Trav from clicking on illegal links that he thought had contained, or no, not necessarily thought, but he was told, would be the correction here, contained cheese pizza content. Everyone, I need to address this before the server enters hot water. Do not send images of cheese pizza and tickets. We understand it may be evidence, but Discord will take this server down if you send it here. Please read the messages in list appeal do not use for if you need to report cheese pizza. Please do not report decals of cheese pizza to us. Having it documented in transcript could get us in major trouble. Instead, use the link below to report it. Okay? I mean, that's responsible. That's good.
Why are they, like, sending each other... Like, why don't they just send the link?
What do you mean?
Like, why don't they just send the cyber tip line link? Like, why are they, like... Why are people sending cheese pizza to them?
Because half of them are probably retarded children and don't know what to do. So that's why they're encouraging people to actually report it to the cyber tip line rather than sending it to them. Like, you have to remember that these are Roblox retards, right? Like,
yeah, true.
You know, it's like, and it seems like from my evaluation of the situation, from what we've seen so far, it seems like he handled it sort of, what's it called, irresponsibly at first, but then took control of it and handled it responsibly from there. So I don't really see what the problem is personally. Obviously, obviously him handling it irresponsibly at first is not great, but like if he got control of it and like handled it better from there on out, I don't really see what the problem is.
No, I don't know why people get involved in this. I don't know. I feel like you're opening yourself up to shit like this happening a lot.
I mean, Vic, as somebody who is, you know, you've helped out with MFD, what is your reasoning as to why people get involved in this stuff?
Because they want to help. It's the main reason.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of the people who come from MFD are Roblox players themselves who have dealt with Roblox's on-hand shitty moderation. And this was around the point where Roblox was viewing Ben's Twitter accounts, where basically whenever he would post something, it would get practically insta-deleted, which is how MFD got founded. So that's the main reason why people are like in MFD and all that.
Well, and when Roblox isn't handling these issues properly, like MFD is kind of one of the only ways that these issues actually get reported and then eventually taken down because of the public pressure. So I do understand, you know, helping out in that way.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I wasn't looking at it from like a Roblox platform thing. I was viewing under like this is a server that we're like figuring out where porn is and like getting it reported. But yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, thanks for saying that, buddy.
It's a ticket server. No one can see it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just the tickets channel.
Okay.
Right. It is especially more disturbing and outright reckless to not accidental, considering Travi had made an announcement telling people not to send images and link to Cheese Pizza content, as it could get us into major trouble back in February or March of 2024. He absolutely knew the risk of this and yet decided to click on those links and decals in August 2024, a whole 6 months later. Is there actual... Okay, there is. Sure. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty irresponsible. Okay. The sequencing was pretty not great on that, but that's fine. Can we remove Dolan's admin? He keeps starting pointless drama with Trav. He's complaining to me in my DMs right now about how Trav is a PDF file because he had opened a link to a decal from an NFD report that had Cheese Pizza in it. Because apparently helping Roblox remove Cheese Pizza makes you a PDF if your name is Travi Trav. Ruben Sim decided to defend Travi Trav and claim that it was an act of helping Roblox remove Cheese Pizza. It is especially ironic considering he himself and multiple NFD members such as Duck Dolan and Travi Trav made a 150-page document proving how useless Roblox reports really were, and which is this, and an entire video for it just a few months back.
Okay, what is the point of mentioning that? That's why MFD exists.
Well, I think what they're trying to imply is that the reports themselves don't work, which this is really stupid.
Yes, but
point.
MFD does work. That's the point.
Well, and it's an even stupider point because they're not just reporting to Roblox. They were reporting to multiple different, like, you know, what was the one that they had over here? That's, you know, the cyber tip line for National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. Like, I mean, they're not just reporting this to Roblox, so this is a moot point. That's a really stupid point. On a VC confirmation at 121 to 222, Travi Trav alleges that the Cheese Pizza checks were protocol and part of the job. What?
Proof?
What? I guess we should see the context.
I don't remember that.
So it's at 122. I mean, why not just, you know what? We'll watch the whole thing just to.
You agree, like
not taking anything
clicking
out of
on those links were like it made you look bad, right?
I know they did, but the purpose behind it was verifying because I mean when you put the link in there, it doesn't embed, so you have to. But I mean, I was talking to Ruben about that. I was like, I don't like doing that. So I think we had it's deleted now because our report thing is closed. But We basically told people if you're reporting CP, have that shit sent to a cyber tip line and don't send it here. And if you do send it here, we're gonna blacklist you immediately. Because people kept on sending those in, and we were like, we just didn't want to click on it anymore because it was just disgusting. We were like, we were worried that just it being on our hard drive or just it being on our history would just get us on like some watch list.
Which is probably true.
That was that's what we were worried about. I'm not collecting this shit. That's horrible. Like, I don't
Nobody was
like.
saying that.
I know. I'm just saying, like, if you were saying like I'm viewing it for like pleasure or shit, there no way am I collecting that because that's horrible.
Okay.
What I'm
So, I
wondering
mean-
is who
So
told
what's the
you to click
problem?
on those links? Because that's a third-degree felony in Texas.
The reason they were
Okay.
clicked on because I'm considered one of the higher ups with all that. That was protocol. The regular
protocol?
associates
Not
come
true.
in. Yeah, that's protocol.
I doubt. So, okay. To try to parse this, I doubt that was protocol, first of all. But second of all, like, this is clearly just a instance of this Travi guy being very irresponsible, right? It's not.
Oh yeah,
I don't
no, he's
see
just
any
being
malice
retarded.
here.
Not
Yeah.
once has that ever been protocol. We always advise people to never click on shit and just fucking report it and blacklist the user.
Makes sense. Okay.
Protocol. I mean, like, what is it? Other team members. It's not just me having to open them. I mean, because there's you've been in the server and you've seen it. There's a role called MFD team member. They're the ones in yellow. I mean, they can also respond to that shit as well.
I haven't
that was the
personally
training
seen
protocol.
any of them confirm that they've clicked on links to
Yeah.
child sexual
Yeah.
abuse material, but I've noticed
was-
you
but-
at least 3
yeah.
times do that, and that to me was
Yeah.
like a big red flag. I've
Well, it
never
wasn't-
heard of
it-
that
it's
being
not-
any protocol.
It's not because I want to like view it because I'm interested in it. It's because I need to verify if it's still up.
You have to remember the intent. Like,
It was not
the intent.
malicious intent. He did
The
not
intent was
want-
not malicious.
I don't know his.
I was literally opening
I
it
don't
to
know his-
verify if it was still up or a 404 because
you obviously
you
have
can't-
the rights to be
Wait,
convinced.
Fucking
okay, wait,
slime
hold on.
ball,
So-
dude.
because people could lie.
Wonder why
People
he can't
could
handle being
lie
the butt of the joke.
about things and say this is CP, and then you can't take their word. It could be something innocent that you're just throwing into the bag.
Yeah, okay. I was about to ask about were you
Yeah,
just
'cause-
verifying, making sure it was actually like
Yeah.
CP?
Yeah, exactly. It's
Which is
verified,
retarded.
and
Not something you should ever do. Do not ever do this.
if it wasn't 404, my history was cleared instantly because I don't want that sticking around on browser cookies or whatever it's logged in
I feel
as.
like the better action was just give the guy a blacklist role and just tell him, hey, report this as a cyber tip
I mean,
line,
that's
and
what
just
they did.
No,
close
that is
it.
what we did. The people
because
started.
Okay, so
Too
what's
much.
the problem?
People started submitting more and
So I guess it's because he clicked on the image, which obviously we are all in agreement that he shouldn't have done. But like, does that really like? I'm just so confused what the problem is here. I don't understand.
more of
He
that,
haven't
and we were like,
clarified his
okay, we
intent. Like, I don't.
Yeah, like I don't understand
Like,
what.
there's nothing bad to gather from this besides this guy's a fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah, he did a really stupid thing, and hopefully he learned from it.
can't be accepting this anymore.
It would
So
consider-
we basically put in the report channel just saying I think Ruben put a link to a cyber tip line link,
yeah.
like a website that you could submit it to, and just said any of CP that's being reported needs to go here. Do not report it to MFD.
Let me
I
see if
think
I
I
can
made
find
it. I think I made an announcement about that as well. I said, please stop sending it to our reports.
Okay.
I think I did. I am looking for it.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
did say that. I remember that.
I did. I made an announcement because it was getting out of hand. There were a lot of tickets with CP decals, and we were like, okay, this is getting bad. We can't be. Our main concern was exposing it to the other associates. Like the other associates just opening that on a whim, trying to verify it.
Well, I'll just say
That
I'm
was-
not convinced of that your intent wasn't for a bad reason.
What?
So I'm not sure, and I'm also not convinced that it was protocol to commit a 3rd-degree felony in Mod for Dummies.
What do you think the intent was?
Yeah,
What
what
do
the
you-
fuck?
what do you think
What do you
the intent
mean, like
was?
bad intent there? Like, what does that even mean?
So why would
It's like a
you
moderation
go on
server.
that
Like,
saying that?
Hold on,
If you don't- if you
dogpile
don't-
on each other. Don't dogpile on each
See what I
other.
mean with this guy?
I'm just trying to understand.
Wait,
because
and
I
so
don't-
immediately when this guy's getting pushed back on, he says, we shouldn't dogpile on each other.
Do you see what I
Like,
mean?
what the
This
fuck
dude's
is
a total
this?
pussy.
This guy's a total retard,
pussy.
dude. Jesus.
Whined about being called fucking fave. Your favey fave. That's all you're known as.
I told you this was. This is not malicious. This wasn't like a goon
Yeah,
session.
well,
You
anytime
can
I
say
saw it.
that. You can say that, but that doesn't mean anything. That's just words.
Yeah.
What?
Like,
You asked me the
Emotional
question
bag.
and I answered.
Someone found the announcement. Police
For
do
my
not
own
Someone
opinion,
did.
you jerked
There
off
it is.
to
to
Connie.
us having it documented and transcripts could get us in
Yeah.
trouble. Instead,
we know it's
Yeah.
real. That's the
I
thing,
believe that
but-
was in my video. You
Yeah.
can.
I don't remember it. I can look again. I might be wrong, but
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I posted that there. Yeah, that's the announcement verifying it.
Okay. Sure.
So this is gonna be like a nothing document. Right?
Travi, so then this is a post from Duck Dolan. Trav, an upcoming Roblox YouTuber co-signed by people like Ruben, Sim, and Schlep, and the owner of Mod for Dummies Discord server, is a person that I previously made a video about where I told the truth of his actions. On January 17th, 2025, I got into a VC with him. Cheese Pizza. There was no time where people would mass report decal images of Cheese Pizza to MFD. Keep in mind that these Roblox links are not direct links to Cheese Pizza sites. We had to open the page to see if the decal was still up or if it was moderated. Our team was getting extremely concerned about having these links sit in an MFD server. This was when I made an announcement telling everyone not to report decals of Cheese Pizza to us and to report it to the cyber tip line. Ruben has defended me on this because it's literally part of the job. Second image is
Just
taken from
seems like
Trav's
a
response on Kiwi Farms. The entire VC thread is already archived, will be re-uploaded if Dolan's Twitter is private to take down or if the thread otherwise, I don't care. This puts into question how reckless could Ruben Sim, or was Ruben Sim, with his rules and standards at MFD, and how could he ever be trusted with the platform that he has now? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about right now, dude? Like, this is just like nonsense. Like, you've given us one allegation that genuinely just, at worst, amounts to, like, gross recklessness, and, like, at worst, at the very worst. And then you're just telling us, like, how will this affect Ruben Sim's legacy? And I'm like, what are you, what? What is going on here? Like, God, okay. It's amateur hour. Raiding condos with minors. Back in the 17th of February of 2024, Travi made the mistake of raiding condos in a public VC. Okay, showing images that are censored and stuff. Travi-chan, your OPI, it is so big. Travi, what the F is this? This is a condo. Finally, we can have anal with Travi and Roblox. Green is a minor. Green is a minor, whoa.
Do we have any proof that they're a minor? Like,
we'll talk about it later, apparently. Well, we'll talk about it later, Amos. Don't worry.
Yeah, they totally are.
The blurred account is another minor with an unclear age. Both are censored for the sake of their own privacy. Well, then, how do you know they're a minor if the age? Okay, sure.
They're an unclear age, but they're totally minor. So. Right.
These were in publicly accessible VC, open to all roles, and any minor could have joined to watch something that had contained detailed private parts, sexualized avatars and models, and Roblox characters having, relations on the screen. Why did it just, like, skip ahead a bunch? What the fuck? Hello?
It's because you're highlighting.
It's because this PC wants to fucking get it over with.
Yeah. He also gave a key to viewers, including minors, to enter and raid in the condos. Is the MFD server open to minors, Vic?
As far as I'm aware, a lot of the people were submitting, who were submitting tickets were minors, but I don't think it was ever like, it was an expectation, but we made it abundantly clear that we don't want kids in our server because of what we do.
But
that makes
no, Sure, but like no actual like age verification to make sure that didn't happen, or?
Well, the only thing that we had age verification for were members themselves, like to be a part of the team. But to submit a ticket, you just submit said content. It's completely, it's basically anonymous. You don't really know much about the person submitting. You just only see their profile, and that's it.
I mean, I'm honestly kind of split on that, because on one end, I kind of understand why, because of the fact that like Roblox has such a large minor audience, why it would actually make more sense to allow children to put tips in. I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm pretty split on that. I think it's one of those things where maybe they should be. Well, yeah, apparently the VC was.
There was no VC. Okay.
Well, that's okay, but this is saying a publicly accessible VC. So there's no VC in MFD. So this must have been in a different server. Is that what you're saying?
He would host these raids on a separate server where I would get on his ass and literally just call him, "You're a fucking retard. Stop using our server for this. It is not your little platform where you can do these gay little events. It is a."
So would he?
What we're doing is serious.
Would Travi advertise these events?
Yes,
in the
he would.
MFD
He
server?
would advertise these servers, and I would fucking remove all the links, and I would get on his ass about it. And I told Ben like several times, like, why the fuck is this guy even on the team? I'm gonna be real.
Right.
That's what I would tell him. It's like he just should not be in a position of power. Because he was the main like coder / programmer for the MFD shit, and I was always against him being there since day one.
Why? Just because you felt like he's irresponsible, just kind
because
of a retard?
He's a fucking retard. He literally, he's an immature retard who can't get his act straight.
Is he still staff?
Well, I have no idea. I've left. So, as far as I'm aware, he still is staff there to this day.
Okay. So that may be a problem from a responsibility sort of standpoint, and more than that, just a liability standpoint. Like, I mean, it feels like more of a heartache than it's worth if he's doing all of this bullshit. Like, okay. Very.
They probably shouldn't be screen sharing it, obviously. Yeah.
Well, no, it's more the fact that, like, you know. And again, this isn't like being like Ruben evil or Schlep evil, but it's more saying, I think that they're creating a liability for themselves by allowing this guy to be, you know, a big part of the staff.
No, yeah, I was talking specifically with that guy.
I get on Ben's ass about it, and Ben operates in this very specific manner where, like, well, if I remove him, you know, like, we might have another duck doll in our hands. Like, he words it in such a way like he's afraid that these retards will like go up and say something and potentially like tarnish the rep. And it's like, dude, who cares? No one is gonna take these people seriously. What would happen to Duck Dolan or literally anybody else that we've kicked out?
Yeah, nobody fucking
Everyone
takes
thinks
Duck
they're
Dolan
retarded.
seriously. Yeah, I mean, even as like a Roblox normie, like every time I hear about Duck Dolan, it's people laughing at him and being like, "You're a fucking retard." So I don't really understand that reasoning, but okay.
I just think he needs to take more initiative. I don't like how he's this hands-off shit. I think that's so gay.
I don't think you can.
I've told him multiple times about it.
I think when operating something like MFD, you kind of have to be hands-on, intrinsically. Like I think that it's something that has to happen. Hands-on.
He said, "Hey, no, he's hands-off."
No, I know, and that's what I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that like he needs to be more hands-on because when you're operating something like MFD, I think you have to be hands-on. I think that's the only way that it works.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Ruben. Hey, Ruben, so I noticed that Travi was streaming condo games in a public VC in Runker, which is, from what I've been told, Ruben's game. So it was the server for Ruben's game, I think. Not sure if it should be allowed or not, because there were Roblox, breasts and, male genitals. And members of the Runker.
This didn't even happen in MFD. This is okay.
Well, right, it was Runker, right. From what I've heard, this was not the first time he played condo games in the members of the server in VC. It is very irresponsible of him, and since I'm lower ranked than him, that's why I bring it up to you. I warned him. Thank you for telling me. Duck Dolan later that day would go on to report Trav to Ruben about Trav's behavior. And then, hey, I don't think he listened to your warning because he's doing the same thing again. And Green is underage, who is also streaming the condo game. In my opinion, they should both be banned or at the very least deranked, since it is very clearly against the rules we have in the server, and they shouldn't be above the rules. Sends another screenshot or video. And then Ruben says, sorry, bro, I have to revoke your streaming perms in Runker. I got more complaints that you were streaming condo gameplay. We did it in Epic channel and made sure that no underage people were there. Trav would claim that he did the second condo raid in the Epic VC and made sure that no underage people were in there. Trav would be reported again on the 23rd of February 2024, and it was him streaming condos on Epic VC. Green would also be seen streaming condos themselves and were included, despite Trav stating he made sure that there were no underage people in the Epic VC, which is... So again, we haven't received any form of proof at all that this Green person is in fact underage. So I don't understand why we're even entertaining this until we get the proof there. Another miner in the server that apparently played condo games with Trav and VC. Ruben responds, WTF, I'm going to talk to some other people running the server. And then Ruben just outright says to Trav, don't stream condo games in Runker, to NSFW. Trav is saying that Green was the only underage person in that VC, and the only reason he allowed him was because he was already he had already been exploiting in condos. That is not a good excuse, but okay. Sure. That's unfortunate. That's a little chopped, as the kids say. Okay. Huh.
You stole that from me.
Green was allegedly 15 or 16, given from the screenshot in VC by Duck Dolan, and was allowed because he had been exploiting condos, completely downplaying his own actions and shifting the responsibility onto Green. That's not really what happened. It's just him being retarded. But I love that we're coming up with these like reasons to make him some kind of like mastermind villain. But okay.
This is written really like Parlo coded.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So when you play a condo with Trav, when was that? Like 20 to 22 hours ago. Brian Griffin says. Great. Brian Griffin is 15 or 16-year-old mine. So again, we have no proof for any of this. But I mean, okay, at least with this one, Trav admitted that Green was underage. But with this guy, it's just nothing, okay? Who said they had played with Trav 20 to 22 hours ago. Trav instructs this miner to lie about their age so they wouldn't get in trouble. Hey, you there, Green. Yo, Green says. I just remember something you might have told me, but I don't remember where you said it. Basically, you told me that Trav instructed you to lie about your age during the public condo raid drama stuff. Is this true, and do you have evidence of it? Yes, and I have no idea if I do, but also, if I do, could I be kept out of any drama? Alleged by Green, he was told by Trav to lie about his age using a fake ID. This is confirmed to be true so that Trav wouldn't get in any trouble. What do you mean it's confirmed to be true? Okay.
Where?
let's just read this, I guess. This is one of the very few claims that is true, however, he turns out to be way worse than it is. He churns it to be way worse than it is. This started after seeing Condo was uploaded with gears enabled. This allows you to use your marketplace bought items in the game. We placed bombs and shot many gooners trying to ERP. The mistake I made was holding this in a public VC where anyone of any age could join. Ruben warned me about it, and I moved to a VC that was not role locked. Or that was role locked, sorry. And that's the ones we've already seen. There were 1 to 2, underage people present, which got me warned again. I then took it to a GC where I confirmed that everyone there was an adult by ID verifying them. I apologized to Dolan about it in this image. Duck Dolan, I had some time to think about it and do agree that Joker is too young. Kai was only a part of the raid in Epic VC, so he isn't really in the group. He wanted to join for a little. I don't want there to be bad blood between us since you were on the MFD team. I was thinking logically, and you were just telling me the hard truth. I was ignoring, or illogically. No, he said logically. Okay. I was ignoring the fact that he was below 18 because of his history in the past. Next time I do a raid with a group, it'll be away from Runker and only with other adults. Duck responds with a thumbs up. Travi would attempt to downplay this on a Kiwi Farms post stating that it was a mistake and it was just us killing gooners with bombs, completely downplaying the nature of having... Yeah, we get it. Also states that the person was in the locked and checked Epic VC. So, responding to Trav saying, I've noticed that you've changed, your attitude towards some of the members is over the top. Duck Dolan says, for example, because I'm not sure what you mean. One instance I can recall is you complaining and overreacting to Ben doing condo raids in Epic VC. Is this Trav or is this somebody else saying that? I can't tell.
It's
Whatever.
Trav.
Okay, that's what I thought. The argument was that the server would look bad if the members saw a group of people playing and streaming a condo. First off, it was done in the Epic VC so the snowflake white named furries don't
The
report us.
server would look bad. That's so funny in the context that it's Runker, because that place is a shithole and got nuked.
Secondly, once we all entered the condos, we stopped our streams. We were being safe about it and just wanted to throw a huge fit to Ben about it. Because there were minors playing it, how is that wrong of me? The fuck. The intentions and consent... consent? What? Kai and Green are well aware of condo BS with Joker exploiting condos for 3 years before BACKFIRED came out. Do that shit in MFD where everybody's 18 plus. Consent? Minors can't consent. Okay, why did he use the word consent? My brother in Christ, it's not like we're grooming them. Please don't say we. They wanted to join in the fun and make sure with them that if they're okay with the content inside. Oh my god, dude, do you think minors can consent to playing, those kind of games? What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, this is a little chopped, sure. A little chopped. Travi, in his Kiwi Forums post, failed to disclose why they were arguing with Duck Dolan about the issue, excusing it as they wanted to join in on the fun, and they said it was okay. This is not a response that should be said by an adult, or at the very least, a high-ranking member of MFD. I mean, yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid as a response, sure. I don't know if, I'm gonna, call him some evil freak, but, yeah, it's a stupid response. I can certainly agree to that.
Phrasing used by an adult.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I think that's funny because if I recall the time era, this is 2024, so Trav was 18 or 19.
Right. Yeah, this
I feel
to me
like
is
the wording here is a bit
charged. Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to frame it as if he's way older and more mature than he actually is. Where it's been very clear that he's been retarded on consistent occasions.
So, some account named Do Not Contact Me for Moderation says, I agree with...
Quest.
Okay. Says, I agree with this, with Travi that the situation is a bit overblown, but I do agree with Dolan that the content should not be streamed here in any form. The original form it had no longer exists. Script injectors are being decimated one by one, and there should not be any minors involved in taking down condos, which I would agree with. Overall, don't get people under 18 involved with condo stuff, please. Really? Okay. Also, keep it to group chats, MFD, and admin VC, and not the more publicly accessible VCs. So someone who is a year or two from 18 and has many years of exploiting condos to shut down is outlawed from a group of adults that want to do the same thing. For crying out loud, I got nuked, backdoored, and chat-logged condos when I was 17.
Okay.
And then response, under 18 is under 18. The law strictly forbids anyone who is a minor to engage in any, inappropriate active content, or for anyone under or above 18 to share any potential inappropriate active content to anyone under that age. It is highlighted under US law, Discord's guidelines, and Rule 4 of #rules. Maybe it's not something that we let slip in the past because we weren't paying enough attention, but it's something that we're definitely not going to let slip now. Simply put, if it's an error that was made before, it should be corrected and not made again in the future. Just because something happened in the past does not mean we can repeat it. I agree. That's a good response. I just find it stupid even if they do that on their own. Something for a good cause is being outlawed, but whatever. So Trav's just being a fucking retard here, essentially. And then Trav says here, I just find it stupid. Okay, so that's the same thing. And then somebody responds, let it be reminded that Discord Trust and Safety, along with most United States lawyers, see the difference between 17 and 18 as black and white. If they are under 18, they are not permitted. If they want to go off and attack condos on their own, that is their choice. However, in the future, I do not want Ruben Sims Discord's mods who are streaming condos to minors to be anything that could potentially bite us. Look at it now. Especially with Roblox breathing down Ruben's neck, and Ruben being a pretty big symbol of PDF file engagements. I get why you find it stupid, but understand that there are precautions being taken for a very good reason, which is true. I mean, this is what we have here is proof that the, other high-ranking staff of MFD are being responsible, and they actually are putting a stop to this stuff when they find out about it. And then, you know, Trav is, you know, essentially, seemingly, in this instance, being irresponsible. Trav has also argued with someone about his... Okay, this is literally just the Parlo thing where they summarize the fucking screenshot. I don't care. Defending Potamer. After Alaskan Reality's Alec video, Travi made an announcement stating the allegations are false and is clearly proven not to be a, you know, a predator. At everyone, making this statement now so you'll understand. Potamer is being falsely accused of being a predator. He is a weirdo for what he did back in his youth. However, none of his videos carry this story or theme. All of his videos are clear of any, you know, inappropriate references and only make short meme edits. I do not want to see tickets being made for this person since he's clearly proven to not be a predator. If you make a ticket for this person, you're wasting our associates' time. We might have to give ticket blacklist rules depending on the severity of the ticket creations on Potamer. TLDR, don't make any tickets on Potamer because the allegations are fake. And then, I am assuming this is his response. Yeah, it's his community post. On July 26, 2024, I created an announcement on in the MFD Discord server following Alaskan Reality's video about Potamer. Within this announcement, I denounced the, you know, the predatory claims and just label him as a weirdo. I go on to say that any tickets made about Potamer will be ignored. This was to ensure our ticket system doesn't get flooded with the same report. Oh, play the derail? I will after this section. I don't think we have too much more. Actually, we have a lot more. All right, sure, Tyrone. Just because it's you, buddy. But let's finish this this post real quick. Shortly after creating the announcement, I received a message from Potamer asking if I'd like to be added into a group chat with the victim. In the group chat, I asked several questions to diagnose if this is something worth investigating. After seeing statements from the victim herself and matching statements from Potamer, I concluded that this was a private relationship that the two parents knew about, which got leaked online. I labeled this as two kids in love since it didn't fit any of the past cases. For anyone who doesn't know, the age gap in question here was 12 and 16, which is pretty significant, obviously. Travi stated that he chose to make the, yeah, literally just the summary. Okay, but back to it. And again, if you want your own derail, feel free to purchase one. Haha, thanks. Okay. So, back to the, yeah, there you go. So, Potamer, Roblox's largest shorts maker under fire, Alaskan Reality Archive. Dude, aging exists. People get older. We broke up 2 years later. That 12-year-old is 14 now. Potamer was a member... Sorry, Jesus. Okay. Potamer was a member in the server and even had a YouTube group I'm in. He's since been banned because of his annoying behavior, and he dated a 12-year-old at 16. They met up and had oral sex, acted like they were both in... they both were in the wrong of the relationship, flashed himself on camera with her, did not own up to his actions. She dumped him and kept begging to be friends to them, eventually suicide threatened if they didn't get back together. He's been exiled from everything and even got banned from the Item Asylum game and Discord server. When some people were finding out, he was misleading and skewing information to make himself sound better, or look better. He also claimed to be sexually assaulted when they did the dirty. Wait, he did? Okay, it's weird. When minors with years of built friendship, love, and trust meet up, they do dumb things, and what they do when they realize what they did was dumb, they have a private talk about it and realize they're both at fault for what they did and simply move on, which is apparently what Potamer said here.
That's what Alaskan said.
Oh, that's what Alaskan said?
Yeah, that's why the screenshots of Alaska in the corners there. The person who made this doc is just a retard and couldn't be bothered to link the video with timestamps.
Wait, so was Alaskan defending Potamer?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So Trav clearly would have known that she was 12 and Potamer was 16 at this time, since he was one of the individuals who watched this video. This is the first sign of Trav defending an obviously very predatory age gap that's illegal basically everywhere in the world and is immoral. Is that true?
No.
Yeah, I don't think that is true.
Not true.
Now, would I say that that age gap is probably predatory.
You can say it's immoral and weird, but I don't know about the illegal part.
Yeah, I'm not with the whole illegal thing. That doesn't make sense to me, but I would go as far as to say that it's probably a predatory age gap. If you think about the maturity difference between a 12-year-old and a 16-year-old, it is massive, right? I think that anybody can agree to that without saying that it is an inherently predatory age gap. Or, I mean, sorry, an illegal age gap, right? I think that there is an argument to be made, potentially, that it is predatory, and as we know now, which we didn't know at the time, Potamer continued sexually messaging this person into him being 18 and her being 14, where it does definitively enter illegality, right? So... It's another ACC Predator Defender? What do you... No, this is all Roblox people. But, okay. Interesting. Trev on why he defended Potamer, spread misinformation that that benefited an alleged, you know, you see the word, and why he, as the owner of MFD, had no idea that minors can't consent. Do we get a link to that? Because what is this? Additionally... Trav also claimed that he started with 12 and 16 from Alex's video on a VC with Duck Dolan and Tommy. If I remember correctly, just for clarification, red is Trav and yellow is the victim, as proven in this video. And the screenshots of the GC came from Parlo's first Potamer video, and the screenshots are in chronological order. Okay. And so in this, he said, I think if I remember correctly, this started when I discovered our last reality video, because I remember I watched it, and that's where it started with 12 and 16. This shows how he's already defending the 12 and 16 right at the start, but it gets worse from here.
That's crazy. Defending.
Yeah.
It's not true. That's
okay, so
not what happened.
So he didn't defend it?
No, he was... The whole defending 12 and 16 thing, what he was saying is that he's not a pedophile. Because at the time, from when we were all told this information, we had no idea whether or not if Potamer had contact with the girl afterwards. So from our perspective is that we were just told that they had oral sex at 12 and 16, and people were trying to allege him for being a pedophile when that's like, that's not how pedophilia works. You can't.
So it's sort of like
classify someone as
Schlep's
a pedophile.
initial response.
Yeah.
Where he kind of said the same thing, where he was like,
and
it's really
Trav
weird,
and
but it's
Trav
not
was saying
pedophilia.
that you can't call Potamer a pedophile because he's definitionally he's not. No one's
Right.
defending what he did. What he did is absolutely fucking weird and wrong, but he's not a pedophile.
Right.
That was literally his response.
Well, I mean, and like I said before, I could even hop on to potentially saying that it's predatory, but I wouldn't call him a pedophile. But now I would, with what we know now. But we didn't know any of that until very recently. So why is somebody saying Kathy W? Is it because of the fucking Koofy guy? Jesus Christ, that's evil. Okay, so how long have y'all known each other? So wait. So red is Trav and yellow is the victim. Why would Trav be censored? Okay, whatever. How long have y'all known each other? Well, I've known him for almost 5 years. When she was 11 and I was 14. Almost, lol. Well, I was 10 when I joined Chill Isles, and then you turned 11. So it looks like it's a 3.5 year age gap-ish, something around there. No, it's because I didn't want to lose any friends at lose any of my friends. I got bullied at school, and my only friend got me on Discord. Then I found Chill Isles, a Discord server. Ah, I see. Is Chill Isles the place y'all met? Yeah, she lied about her age and said she was 13 because she didn't want to leave. Yes, it's a Discord. Yellow would state that she was 10 turning 11 on Chill Isles, a Discord server they met up when Potamer was 14. This is even more... yeah, we know that he knows the ages. Where is he disputing that he didn't, bro? Like, what are you talking about? God, what is the point? What point are you making? Like, this is so... I hate it when people do this shit. It's so annoying. Okay, so Trav says...
I think they're saying this because I think Trav accidentally said the age is wrong once, and that's like him definitively spreading misinformation as if he did it on purpose.
Okay, sure. Awesome.
That's my assumption. Other than that, I have no fucking idea.
Like, okay. Just, okay, dude.
'Cause if I remember, I think Trav said it was 14 and 16 like once, like initially, and then he was corrected, and then he never said it again. But I guess people are taking that as him fucking lying.
Okay. So then, Trav says, okay, given y'all met up in person during the day that it went down, I'm assuming it wasn't a long drive. Both of your states are bordering each other, question mark. I flew to her state, Potimer says. Okay. And then Red, who is also Trav, I guess, but okay, sure, says, now after that met up for the interaction, I know y'all regretted it. How did that go down? Potimer says, when I got home, we called and eventually brought it up and discussed how we realized what we did was pretty dumb in the time of it. Our minds were just filled with doing whatever. We talked about how that activity wasn't meant for relationships that aren't as age-gapped as ours, and we agreed to forget about it and only remember the fun activities we did, lol. Okay. Okay. How are the interactions between y'all before that day, but like from met up to that day? We were texting each other excitedly and booking things like a movie and stuff for us to do. Nothing weird, like nudes, I'm assuming, or anything, like a healthy relationship with no malicious intent. Yes, exactly. Trav would have confirmation of the intercourse and Potimer's regret over having intercourse because it was not made for relationship age gap as ours, showing how Potimer acknowledged his relationship was unbalanced and Trav watching along, and 5 minutes later, Trav would claim that the relationship was healthy and with no malicious intent. Where is that claim? We're gonna need to see that. He's asking if it was a healthy relationship with no malicious intent. He didn't say that it was. What are you talking? God, you people suck. Like, yeah, there's actually probably like criticizable shit in some of this document and like his irresponsible behavior, but like now you're just being malicious in bad faith by saying that he's stating this as a fact when it's very clearly a question. Like just because it has a period doesn't mean it can't be a question. You're just stupid. Okay. So Trav says, when did y'all end up breaking up? It was a very personal incident. I understand, but me and him we're okay. Potimer says, I think it's best explaining it, but you know the messages in Alex's video kind of says what I did. It's just the moment that happened at the time, Yellow says, who is the supposed victim. Trav says, Potimer says, I was being very manipulative towards her at the end, or at the time, and I was just very paranoid with any guy she talked to, which led to her calling it off. Trav says, I see. I do understand how personal it is, so I won't harp on it. Keep in mind that Trav was also knew how Potimer was being very manipulative towards the victim and was just paranoid with any guy she was talking to, proving that it was not a healthy relationship at all, and even worse with the age gaps being 12 and 16. Okay, yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Have you talked to anyone since? Like girls? Yeah. After the breakup, I was desperate for a relationship, but I didn't know what to do with myself. I did talk to a few girls, but I never had intention of dating anyone new. Yeah, when your partner calls the breakup, you want them back so badly, but eventually I learned to forget about it and move on. I see, Trav says. So nothing solid on any other relationships, just short attempts at getting in a new relationship. Yeah, Potimer says. And then now Trav, uncensored for some reason, says, I assume you're not currently in one, right? No, lol, Potimer says. And how old are you now? 18, Potimer says. Gotcha. From how I see it, you two met on Discord server and formed a relationship. Nothing within it held by strings. You weren't doing it for just pleasure. You flew to her location and did it, but shortly after regretted given the age gap and how early that y'all did it, so you two wanted to forget about it and move on. Y'all break up and made short attempts of finding a new girlfriend, but ultimately gave up the interest of changing yourself for that mindset. Potimer says, yeah, we've hated and loved each other, but we're still friends and support each other through this whole drama thing right now. So what I will say is, like, if I could give a critique of Trav here, I think he's like kind of taking Potimer's word just a little too closely without having any like evidence that word should be taken. I understand that the victim did like say it was like all fine and dandy or whatever, but like there probably should have been more of an effort to like see DMs and stuff like that. At the same time, I understand how some people would assume that because the potential victim was fine with it, that there's nothing to talk about. But you know, you have to remember that this is like a what at that point a 14-year-old, so not to necessarily trust their word on that. So Potamar does not disagree and agrees that they had, you know, an interaction sexually, which, yeah, that was never for dispute. Okay. I do want to confirm some things that were confusing so I can get my story concrete if you don't mind. Potamar says, okay. You did confirm you had, you know, relations with your ex when you were 16, right? Yes. I assume both ends were consenting. Yes, no victim. If you want to talk to her yourself, I don't mind. Would she be okay if we did a GC, just the 3 of us so I can hear from both? Yeah, we can GC. More proof to confirm that they had a GC. We know they had a GC! What the fuck? Okay. During your relationship with Potamar, were there any nudes or, you know, relations? No. Well, I'm assuming that maybe sex? No. During our first interaction in the GC, Potamar mentioned that he was manipulative. Can you remember how he was? Well, he was usually emotionally manipulative. What would he do when he would emotionally manipulate you? He, oops, wasn't done typing. He was more of a person to cry to get his way. If I'll be honest, but he's changed his ways and I'm happy for that. Okay. The very next day, Trav gets into DMs with the victim to hear more, and the victim states to Trav how Potamar would cry to get his way and how he was emotionally manipulated. Was he aware of how old you were? Yes. Real quick, your birthday is 12/13/2009, right? Yeah. All right, and what was the date that y'all met for, you know, relations again, and what state was then? Florida, and I think the 26th of July, or of 2022, I hardly remember. Trav knew of Yellow's birthday being the 13th of December 2009, and on the 26th of July. Yeah, okay. All of this confirms many things to Trav. Yeah, okay. All right. So then what did he do with it? Potamar is just adding me into GC with the girl in question. I'm just asking him some questions to ensure that there was nothing malicious and it was just 2 kids in love. Both the girl and Potamar have confirmed me everything. These 2 had no bad intentions with each other. It was only 2 kids in love and they decided to have relations only to regret it and wanted to forget about it. He's not a weirdo. So I you know, again, like, I disagree with this conclusion. I think that he 100% is a weirdo. He 100% still should be, like, you know, off this alone, probably should be, like, cast out. Like, probably shouldn't be trusted, etc. But what do I know? What do I know, right? I'm just that guy who goes over these kinds of allegations all the time. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know where I lie with that. But, okay. So then Dolan says, that's your opinion. It's the facts. Both of them had stated their side. He's a weirdo, especially if the 12-year-old regrets doing it with him. I disagree with this, too. I think this is really stupid. It doesn't matter if the 12-year-old regrets doing it. That doesn't matter at all. Because, again, they are too young to even understand any of that kind of stuff. Right? Like, I mean, that shouldn't even be a factor. It's the reason that it's weird and bad is because of the fact that it is, you know, like such a large maturity gap, obviously. Trav would go into DMs to argue with Dolan about how Potamar is innocent and that they were just 2 kids in love with the bad intent. Okay, yeah, okay. So then this is between Trav and Ruben, it looks like. The drama was ignited around a few days ago. How long ago was the relationship? The girl was 12 and he was 16 when they did it. They met 2 years prior. They broke up a few years after they did it.
Derailed time.
Thanks for the 5. We'll get to it in a minute. I don't know if he should be unbanned, because 2 years ago is not that long ago, and it's definitely not just a harmless relationship between kids. It's really messed up, even if they were both minors. That age gap is horrible. That's what Ruben Sim says. Wow, that's interesting how we're trying to loop Ruben into this when he just said that. Okay. He told me that, and it's partly the reason why they broke up. No shit, lol, Ruben says. I don't know if 2 years is enough to change from being that type of person who's comfortable with an age gap like that to someone we can trust to be in our server as an adult around kids. I'm going to put my hat in the ring here and say that they should stay banned. Agreed. He hasn't joined back in Runker. All right. He told me he didn't want to rejoin because of the members. All right. If he joins back, he should definitely be banned again. Having him in Runker isn't worth the risk, not to mention the optics. Got it. Agreed. Very good. So then this is literally just summarizing, okay? So then Potamar on Trav's, I guess, video says, is this your real voice? And he hearts the comment. Having weirdos in the strongest battlegrounds. Potamar, this is like so tiny and like barely legible. Vic, can you read this? Are you able to?
This item called a glitch fragment is apparently super, super, super rare. My friend has been searching for it for 6 hours, and when you collect it, one of 3 things will happen. 1, a glitched variant of Rush will spawn. 2, a hellish-looking Sonic Speed version of the ambush spawns. Or 3, a shit ton of glitching-looking Screeches with their tongues sticking out spawns. And if you survive the event, you get a badge.
That was really, I'm glad that we included that screenshot. That's really cool. Okay, so then Ruben said, you're probably gonna have a waiver retard trying to cancel you for the next couple of weeks, but it'll blow over. What's the actual age gap between Potomer and his ex? Because it's starting to seem like Potomer lied to you. If it was really 12-16, I don't think you should be talking to Potomer at all. Yeah, I'm starting to see it. That would suck, because he's a really nice dude. Oh my god, dude. Jesus Christ. This guy's just fucking retarded. That's what I'm learning here. This guy's retarded, and
Trav is retarded. He's easily impressionable. He'll have I remember sometimes he'll have like a one-off interaction with like some of these people and be like, wow, they're really nice. Like, dude, you talked to them once.
well, and I'm not saying this to be like overly critical or like an asshole to like Ruben or Schlep or anybody MFD involved who's like on the higher ranks, but what I will say is like this guy is a massive liability. He is a gigantic liability. There are multiple cases in which he has proven himself to be a gigantic retard who really cannot be trusted with the level of responsibility MFD staff need to have. So that's kind of just my take on that, personally.
Yeah, you're right. He should be removed. If only someone had said something about that. Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunate. Okay. So moving on. Okay, yeah, now we just have more like summarizing. So mutual with Potomer saying that the, the relations were mutual consent and not SA like Potomer claimed. Somebody says, is it, okay, so this is between Parlo and Travi. Okay, sure. You want to call it, R, that's hardcore, relations and non-consenting. They merely fooled around while they were both consenting. I made a mistake by saying it wasn't, SA, that's my fault, or I guess wasn't relations. However, it was something out of a... I don't know. Nor was it non-consenting. And then Parlo responds, if it was oral S, then that is still S, and that requires consent. She did consent. Both. I just said that both of them did. Lamau, what? It says 12 and 16, Ruben, question mark. He said he talked to the girl and she confirmed that she was 14. So it was 12 or 14. She was 14, but they believed in Duck. Duck claimed she's 12. Well,
see, this is what I'm talking about.
This is so retarded. So like, all you have to do to understand this is know that she is currently, when this was happening, she was 14. But that was 2 years after it happened. Right? Okay. In a now deleted group, they corrected themselves, addressing how old the victim was, which put it at 14 and 16. I have no image proof, so take it with a grain of salt. However, they did switch up recently, saying the intercourse never happened. There's no telling how much they lied in order to get away. Around the start of January, Parlo began to look into Potomer's situation. He asked me about it since I had interacted with him before. With the knowledge I had, I told Parlo that it wasn't, PDF file stuff with the current age gap of 2 from what they told me. Because you're retarded. They literally told you it was 12-16. You're so fucking stupid, dude. Jesus, this guy just... This is just another reason why this guy shouldn't be involved in this stuff. Like, he genuinely cannot keep his fucking facts straight. Like, to save his life, dude. And, like, this is an area where you really need to have your facts together. So this guy's just stupid. That's my conclusion so far. Okay. So, Parlo then showed me new information that completely broke everything I collected. After learning about this, I collected everything against Potomer to assist Parlo. Ever since Parlo's videos have come out, I've cut contact with Potomer, and I've continued to assist Parlo in removing Potomer from the internet. Okay? So he did eventually figure it out, at least. So then what, why do we care? Supporting Z-Man and spreading false allegations against Duper Trooper. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, if this one's true, this is one I can get behind being pretty annoyed with, because Z-Man's claims are fucking evil.
It is
and
true.
retarded.
Ask Jamal.
God damn it! Dude, somebody needs to send Travi my interview with Z-Man where he makes himself look like a giant schizophrenic freak, okay? because that is such BS. Okay, whatever. Z-Man made an entire video on Duper Trooper completely lying about his image. If you want more info regarding Duper's innocence, Duper made a response video. Commentary streamer Hempleton, who was looking into the case, managed to interview Z-Man and a mutual from Z-Man. This is true. This is true, and if you were ever wondering about either of these things, I encourage you to watch both of these videos. They're in my, if you just look at my videos, I have VODs of both of those interviews. So yeah, the lies of Duper Trooper. Video is extremely defamatory and mainly through allegations that had little to no evidence of them, or were false, which is true. That is true. I'll give them this. They're spitting facts here. So they are in the administration for Z-Man server. Great, great, awesome. Okay, and then Travi says Peak has returned. I'd like to add on to this and say that we do not encourage anyone to harass Duper or anyone around him, which is so funny because one of the first things that Z-Man said to me in our interview was that Duper was outing to the public the fact that Duper had an eating disorder and had suicidal ideation. Just for no reason at all. Just decided to tell people this. Really great stuff, which, you know, again, not harassment at all, lol. Okay. He is red because he wants to fucking kill you. Okay, is this just him interacting in the server? So Z-Man, you won't accomplish anything by being a little skid and doxing some random over Minecraft, which is so funny because Z-Man gave the area and exact dimensions of Duper's house, which is something that can lead to, you know, dox information, but okay, interesting. Z-Man said what he wanted to say and is now moving on. Furthermore, if you are instigating or participating in shit flinging over the beef, you will be punished. You're allowed to talk about it, but don't start World War IV over this. This is shit. Thank you, Trav. Trav was an active member of Z-Man server known as the Zerg, having sent over 500 messages inside of having you know, fucking admin role. Who cares? Is Duper's response LARP, LARP, LARP Sahur, LARP Overdrive? Sure. Travi Trav in an announcement channel would use the situation to completely make fun of Duper's response being LARP. Oive, stop noticing? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. I didn't know that he was in my... Okay. Weird.
What do you mean? He was in your chat earlier, and you suddenly stopped talking after you kept saying he's retarded.
Wait, he was in my chat for this stream?
Yes, right now, you dumb fuck.
What was he saying?
He was... Let me scroll up. Let's see here.
Lol, look at this one. I tried calling him to get him off stream.
I thought you were doing it on purpose.
No. No, I wasn't. I didn't even know that he was in my chat. I treat people the same way, whether they're in front of me or not watching
that
me.
was the first takeaway after it literally made first contact. That's in the context of, like, the whole Potamer stuff.
Okay.
Probably found.
Well, apparently he did watch my Z-Man video, and he's apparently a zogged out fucking retard because he, like, somehow doesn't know that Z-Man's, like, full of complete shit and has no idea what he's talking about and is also, like, a fucking criminal by his own definition of the word. Really cool. Okay. Glad that this guy's part of MFD. Really cool. Anyways.
By the way, head programmer law.
Yeah. So, and then Travi was literally trying to sweep for Z-Man, which kind of shows to me that he knew what Z-Man was saying was fucking retarded. I tried calling him to get him off stream. Lol. Okay, great. Okay, and that was on my stream. Very funny. Okay. Normally I post like something like this in events, but however this event is not your average goon hunting server event. On April 4th around 6:30 p.m., me and Z-Man will be live streaming. We're doing predator catches in the EDP arena and goon hunting on TSB with the Zerg. This event will not be held in the server. You can participate by tuning into Z-Man's live stream. Stream link down below. Later on the 4th of April, 15 days after Hempleton's interview and the Duper Troopers' response to the debunking allegations, Travi would do a collab stream with Z-Man, both announced on his server. Unfortunately, the stream wasn't archived. Okay. Okay. I just assume you don't know anything about the guy that you just collabed with, Duck Dolan says. I'm assuming you want a restraining order from Trav. Leave the man alone. He's not a pred. Brother, do you not see the content in the video? This doesn't mention anything about a predator. Using old shit from when someone was a kid was low. This was from last year, sir. Oh, God. Z-Man has a history of defending Trav by arguing with Dolan and downplaying, misrepresenting the whole situation. Who cares? Okay. You know, you really had my attention there for a second. And it's just gone. Okay, it's just fucking gone. After Duck Dolan made a short video about Trav, Ruben would attempt to discredit Dolan's video by ad hominems and taking statements out of context to cover for his friend. Somebody named Arctis Fairy says, Ruben, there's a video exposing out on YouTube. You need to make a response. Dolan is mad because I banned him from my Discord server for obsessively harassing a volunteer from MFD. Now he's pearl clutching over me refusing to call a 16-year-old a pedo. Can you provide proof of these claims? I just saw a video as well and saw some guy trying to defend a relationship between a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old. Any info you'd like to share on that? Yeah, I banned him. I banned some kid for having an inappropriate age gap in the past relationship, but disagreed with the pedo label, which is fair. Literally all of Dolan's friends agreed with me. He admitted in his own comment section he wouldn't care if he hadn't been banned. So, were you only going to make this eventually, or did you do it because you got banned? This video was just a message to help explain why I was banned from Runker and MFD. Wow. Wow, okay. As well as a warning to Trav and Ruben. There would have been no point in making it before I got banned, although I had been gathering evidence on Trav for a while now and considering making a video for a few months. This is what Dolan calls defending a pedo. Note that this was in July and he's only talking about it now because he's salty about getting banned. Which is, again, Ruben saying a very sensical stuff and saying that he shouldn't be unbanned.
That's why I said at the beginning about the segment, by the way.
Right.
That's why he's upset.
Correct. Ruben took the DM between him and Trav, maliciously cropping it to make it look good for Trav's side and seeing... He also misrepresented Dolan's comment by saying he wouldn't have cared if he wasn't banned, when that wasn't the case when he stated he was gathering evidence on Trav for a few months at that point. Nope, but he also verbatim says that the reason that he made the video is because he was banned. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking... Okay. Sure. So then Ruben tweets, Duck Dolan, an adult, is now blackmailing a child with his personal information and his endless quest to harass Trav. What the fuck is wrong with this dude? He's mind broken over me for banning him from my Discord server for obsessively stalking and harassing an MFD volunteer. And this person says, I'm not joking around, this is a serious privacy issue. Under GDPR... Vic, are you able to read this? It's really small for me.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm not joking around. This is a serious privacy issue. Under GDPR, as a minor, I have the right to control how my personal data is used. And I've clearly asked you to remove any mention of me. If you continue to ignore my request, I have no choice but to escalate this with YouTube and data protection authorities. Please take this seriously and remove my personal data from your content immediately. When the VC or I won't remove it.
Jesus. Okay, gonna need to see some context on that one. If you don't remove my personal data from your content immediately, I will escalate this matter to YouTube and the proper authorities. Respect my privacy and remove the mention now. Okay, then I'll remove it. Psych? What? Dude. The fuck?
That did happen, by the way.
Ruben would spread false allegations against Dolan, Dolan blackmailing a minor during the release of Dolan's big video that was later retracted by Craze's dev and Trav. Ain't no way Rubenson was covering for the 12 and 16, which he wasn't, which is fine, but whatever. The ages in the Potomer situation have been really inconsistent. When I first found out about it, Trav told me it was 12 to 16. I told him it was horrible and he shouldn't be allowed in my server, which is true. Once again, crops out the image. Oh my god, fuck off, fuck off. He's literally, no, what's happening here, you dumb fucking retard, is that he cropped it because the only thing he's talking about is defending himself. So he's showing his relevant messages. How is he trying to sweep for Trav here? You're a schizo.
Because he didn't show the entire DM.
You're a schizo. You're a schizo. You're a schizo. Okay, so then I didn't even know who Potomer was until this shit was brought up a few months ago. This is exactly why I can't take anything from you guys seriously. Dolan has spent the past few months implying that Trav is a predator. The proof of this is my DMs with him. I can't read any of this. Are you able to read any of this?
I don't know, like, you just must be fucking blind. I can read this perfectly fine. It's
okay,
like,
perfect.
I can even read the fucking message they posted in it too. He says, what's this about? He's like, he keeps the minor safe. Is there something I should know about Trav? I was under the impression you didn't want to hear my opinion about him and his actions. You're insinuating he's a pedophile. It's kind of a big deal when one volunteer in MFD implies another is a pedophile.
Fair.
I try to get through to you, man, but I think you aren't perceptive enough to see red flags when they are present. Trav defends Potomer having sex IRL with a 12-year-old victim. Guess who also defended that? Alaskan. If you want to get mad at me for bringing up concerns to you, then I think that's poorly reflective on how much you actually care about the safety and integrity of your community.
Jesus.
I don't remember you ever bringing this up to me before. Wasn't the situation with Potamer where they were both underage? I don't think Trav defended him. I think he just said there's nothing that could be done legally. 16 and 12, extremely predatory. Trav also told me they were still in contact while Potamer is an adult now. Trav is still friends with Potamer and they seem to endorse each other. I have many other red flags I've seen. You wouldn't defend something like that, would you? No, but that's not pedophilia if they were both underage.
Ruben Sim himself doesn't even deny the age back in Simmer is seen not caring about his own actions of defending an act. What are you? Oh my God! What are you talking about? You, Dolan, and others in your friend group started harassing Trav early this year, long before the Potamer situation came to light. You guys even referred to this as Trav posting. The Trav jokes were funny at first, but after it escalated to doxing him, posting IRL pictures of him, his high school, his school yearbook photos, it stopped being funny. Other server members and admins agree that it's now annoying as fuck and are very tired of seeing the same group of people constantly stalk and harass him. What's worse is that you would frequently try to recruit other people to join in on the harassment, both in MFD and Runker. Even the other volunteers in MFD picked up on this and threatened to leave if I did not demote Dolan, something Dolan even mentioned in his video. Even his lower position as an ERP account reviewer, he continued to talk shit talk Trav on a regular basis, which is what led to his removal from the server. After being banned from MFD, he immediately went to Runker to complain about Trav and other server members. I confronted him about it, and he tried to gaslight me as if he hadn't been obsessively posting and tweeting about Trav every other day, or almost every day for the better part of a year, so I banned him. I let you stay at first, but you used your mod perms to unban Dolan, so I banned you both. At this point, you're basically Trav's personal Captain Argo 24, who I'm assuming is a big A-log. Your friend group has faked screenshots and messages from him and created a Twitter account with his face docs impersonating him as some kind of sex pest porn addict. I'm convinced your ultimate goal is to get Trav to kill himself because you think it'd be funny. Even criticism Dolan gave him in this video should have been brought or could have been brought to me when the events actually took place, but instead Dolan kept quiet about it until it was time to expose Trav in his video. This is because Dolan doesn't actually give a shit about anything he says. All he cares about is ruining Trav's reputation because of his autistic fixation on him. Dolan even admits in the comment section of his vid that he would have never brought any of this up had he not been banned from Runker. Okay. This is what I posted that triggered Dolan and his friends to start spam pinging me on Discord, so I'm assuming that's what we just read. Oh my God, what the fuck is this? What?
Derail about the White Boy 7 THST lore.
Thank you for the 10, Future. We'll do that in just a bit. Would you mind reading that, Vic?
You can't read this?
No.
Okay, this is quoting Ben. This is exactly why I can't take anything from you guys seriously. Dolan has spent for the past few months implying that Trav is a pedophile, and the proof of this is my own DMs with him. And then Dolan says, Tommy says, this is one of Dolan's friends. That's Dolan's opinion on Trav, but I do agree that's not a good look on a MFD holder who says that 12 and 16 is okay and also accepted to look at CP when he clearly knows it is. Quotes Ben here. What's worse is that you would frequently try to recruit other people to join in on the harassment, both in MFD and Runker. Even the other volunteers in MFD picked this up and threatened to leave if I didn't demote Dolan, something Dolan even mentioned in his call-out video. Or lower his position as an, I don't even know what the fuck that says. Oh, an ERP account reviewer. He continued to shit talk on Trav on a regular basis, which is what led to his removal from the server. After being banned from MFD, he immediately went to Runker to complain about Trav to other server members. I confronted him about it, and he tried to gaslight me as if he hasn't been obsessively pushing and beating about Trav almost every day for the better part of a year or so after I banned him. I let you stay at first, but you used your mod perms to unban Dolan, so I banned you both. So I'm assuming Tommy got banned?
Yeah.
How is it that I'm calling out Trav on MFD when he literally had me blocked? And that's my only way of talking to him. Basically, Trav muted me for 24 hours for making fun of his friend when I said, "Hi, trans person," or something like that. I asked Messy to unmute me, which he did. I went to the ERP slang chat to call him out for his bullshit. Why did he mute me for something he does every day in his server, yet I get in trouble for it? It's a different server, retard, but okay.
Yeah, different
I would
server,
agree that it
different
was
rules,
dumb of me to go into the Runker chat to shit talk about Trav after the ban, but I don't see how this is me harassing him. Making fun of him in your tweets was funny, but I didn't realize he considered that harassment. I don't know how much of the situation between you and Dolan is, but that's something he can respond to himself. I unbanned Dolan because I didn't agree with your perspective on his ban. Not how that works, it says server. I did try to ask you to reconsider the ban on Dolan because he was shit-talking about Trav, about shit-talking Trav shouldn't be against the rules, but you didn't reply after I had waited, so I unbanned him anyway. Okay, you're retarded.
Wow, and you're shocked that you got banned for that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
quote from Ben, your friend group has faked screenshots. Tommy replies, we don't have a friend group where we go after Trav, aka his docs information and fake screenshots. That's not true, by the way. In their server, they were doxing Trav. There's plenty of proof of that, where that occurred. You could honestly probably ask Trav for that. We can quote Ben here. Created a Twitter account with his face docs impersonating him as some sort of goon porn addict. I'm convinced your ultimate goal is to get Trav to kill himself because you think it'd be funny.
D med you the
Tommy
original
replies
KF
with,
posts
we don't
along
have his
some
docs
others.
information at all, other than his face from a YouTube video which he publicly uploaded before deleting it. We were aware of Trav's Twitter account, of the Trav Twitter account because someone told us, but none of us did that. What's the point of tracking down where he lives, what he looks like, make a fake Twitter account about him, and then waste time about information that we didn't have in the first place? Trav killing himself isn't funny at all. In fact, he vented to me about his docs information being out there and worried about his family and his safety, which I tried to help him calm down, and I don't know how to upload screenshots of our DMs, but you can ask Trav. I had no hate on him at all from the beginning. We were friends and we played TSB, which is like a fighting game. I only started to dislike him when he defended a 16-year-old having sex with a 12-year-old. Quotes Ben here. As a bonus, here's a great quote from one of your buddies, Liquid Incognito, that perfectly encapsulates how much your friend group cares about you protecting children. And then Tommy says, well, I'm not stopping what he wants to say about him. Also, if you're saying Liquid has docs information, he knows what he looks like from Trav's public video. That's it.
Okay, interesting.
By the way, Jamal saying he sent you the original.
Yeah,
thing.
thank you Jamal for the 2. I don't know that we need the original because I mean, I think we just read it essentially. But
Yeah, you have me.
yeah, true. We have the guy who can read tiny text. So, but thank you for that too. Ruben makes up many false allegations against Duck Dolan and his associates about doxing.
It's not false.
Well, okay, well then who's the one doing it then?
It was Duck's entire server.
Yeah, wow,
There's
shocker.
a shit ton of evidence too. I mean, I literally just ask Trav because I guarantee you he's that. He showed me it too. I remember that. Showed all of us.
Dunsey, can you send me?
What?
Thank
I
you for
grabbed the
the 10.
wrong link, sorry.
That's fine. Thank you for the 10. I appreciate it. Dunsey, can you send me Trav's like username so we can get to the bottom of that aspect of it? Ask him about.
Well,
if he has any
Jamal can
evidence
just
of it.
ask Trav for the epic evidence.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you just do that so I don't even have to? I'm not assuming that the guy wants to talk to me after all of the rude, mean things that I've said about him.
Fucking retard!
I mean, I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling it like I see it, but
I'm not shitting on you because I've been saying the exact same thing while being fully aware he's watching. I just don't care.
Well, no, him watching changes nothing for me. I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna change my opinion just
That's
because
not
some
what you
guy's
told me in
watching
the
me.
DMs. You told me that I quote unquote I feel really bad. Sad fact.
I feel really bad, and I just want to kiss him on his soft lips. That's what I said.
This guy's a pedophile.
Since Dolan's efforts to harass Trav are falling apart and he's getting flamed on Kiwi Farms, he's resorted to harassing me on Discord. The guy in the screenshot nuked a server that was actively terminating ERP accounts because he wanted on his own terming server to get more members. Red knew that nuking the server would ultimately help the ERP community, yet he did it anyways. When the server was recovered, I banned Red from it, and he joined another terming server called XZC. The owner, QODs, was friends with a serial child sextortionist named Lithium, who would abuse the DSA report system to terminate kids' accounts and then force them to send nudes and photos of them cutting themselves to get the accounts unbanned. Jesus. QODs knew about this and let him stay in XCC anyways. That's horrible. Red remained friends with QODs until he got arrested for swatting a high school. Really nice people Dolan is associating himself with. Wow. That is a crazy just collection of words there. Okay. Don't you feel like by doing that, you're helping ERPers? Because nuking TGX, you're harming the efforts to report our ERP accounts. And then one block message. Yeah, I know. I would change my mind, not gonna lie. Okay. Ruben provides no proof of Red having associated with Duck Dolan and uses a triple-way guilt by association tactic to try and declare Duck Dolan as his associate of a swatter in an attempt to hurt Duck Dolan's reputation. Let me also say this. If anybody has proof of Dolan being associated with this Red person or any of the other people that Ruben mentioned, please send it to me. The cover-up by Schlep. Oh my god, dude.
What Jamal said.
It's also tiresome, man.
Gross.
I'll do you better. I made a GC between them. Between whom? Okay, so we'll wait for that. Hopefully we get something there. All right. So cool. So we'll have more to look at there in a second. But in the meantime, let's do the cover up by Schlep, shall we? Okay. Schlep is a big creator who covered for Trav multiple times and is still actively associated with him. What? Okay. So he made a sarcastic comment, and that means active association and covering for him. Okay, great.
Lol.
Glad to see we're really like operating from the 100% of the brain here.
This is a big deal, man.
Okay, so then this is just like a screenshot from that we've already read. Can you read this one, Vic?
Yeah, dude, I got you.
Thanks, brother.
Of course. You guys remember one of his last videos that Alaskan Reality made? It was a video trying to defend this Roblox short creator by the name of Podamer. In the video, he brings up about how Podamer was confirmed to have met up with a 12-year-old girl and had oral sex with. Podamer was 16 at the time, making it highly predatory, if not pedophilic. I don't know if pedophilia works, by the way.
Yeah.
Both Alaskan and this guy groomed at least a dozen children, and Trav defended this relationship. Trav, quote-unquote, called it two kids in love, and to this day is still friends with Podamer and plays Roblox with him.
Okay, so you know what's funny is if we're gonna do the thing of saying that Ruben has no proof towards any of the stuff he says, where's your proof that this guy's still friends with Podamer and plays Roblox with him to this day? Where's your proof for that? Let's see. I'd really like to see that.
This was in 2024, so I'm assuming this was around the time they were still talking before he ultimately cut him off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. All right. He's aware that his friend Trav was trying to defend Podamer. Oh my god, fuck off. This fully grown 21-year-old is just straight blackmailing and harassing this minor.
Peak derail in CS. You won't understand what it is because it's some Ching-Ling long language. But
how are you able to say that in a super
one.
chat? Thank you. Thanks, Speed Racer. How are you even allowed to say that? How are the? Is the Chud thing happening where the censorship for the derail or for the donations are turned off? How are you allowed to say that? Thank you for the 5.
Dude, he's speaking Sykkuno's language.
So this minor is fully grown, this minor is fully grown, 21 years old. Anyways, this fully grown 21-year-old is just straight up blackmailing and harassing this minor. I don't see your server as a safe environment, says Red. We don't care if you are gay, dude. I am not gay. I just don't want people to spam ping me and harass me. You can just turn off the screen. A little bit soy from Schlep there, in my opinion, but that's okay. So then Schlep says, I've talked to Trav about this video. He's shown me proof about, and about 90% of it has been taken widely out of context or is not true entirely. One out of many of the false claims that Duck Dolan has made is him friending condo accounts. Him friending condo accounts is him participating in the condo community, but Trav literally baits condo predators and owners and destroyed numerous high-profile condo servers. Lol. Yeah, that's an insane allegation to make. That, like, I don't think that should be on the table at all. Duck Dolan, a 21-year-old adult, hours before the release of this video, blackmailed a minor who didn't want to be featured in it, telling him to join a voice call so that they could harass him or he was going to be in the vid. When he did not agree, he continued to harass him by telling him to turn off the PC if he didn't like it. Okay, actually, seeing that in context now, that's not very soy. That's fucked up. The video is clearly made in bad faith, and I hope Trav comes out of about his side of the story. Schlep went on to Twitter to spread a false allegation of... Oh my god, fuck off. Okay. Potomer is also lying to Trav and changing up the story. When I first heard about it, Potomer was telling everyone that it was a 2-year age gap, but then Parlo covered it and everything started to unravel. I don't like Potomer. He wanted to animate for my videos, and I told him to screw off. Fair enough. And then in the comment section here. Yes, the ages going around are not the real ones. I've been shown proof, and that vid is sending unwarranted harassment to a lot of innocent people. Truly disgusting behavior. Let's see your proof, says Duck Dolan. If the ages are not the ages that you say they are, will you publicly apologize to the people you've harassed? I never harassed anybody, and if I'm proven wrong, I'll admit it. And then some rando says, "Can I have your Discord user?" Okay, great interruption. Will you publicly apologize if wrong? To who? Says Dolan. To the people you've accused of offending predators. Schlep would go around telling people about Potomer lying to Trav about 14 and 16 and showing the proof of ages, which is impossible considering Trav himself couldn't prove that Potomer and the victim were lying to him, since according to him, in a deleted GC, they tried to correct themselves. Sure. And then in Catching Roblox Predators Live, it looks like, I don't know, is developers, Trav.
Wow, dude, he got credited in a description that
Trav
no
in a video practically promoting his viewers to Trav. Okay, sure, man. Sure.
Bro, I've been credited in Schlep descriptions. Trust
Dude, they
me,
have each other
I am
added.
gaining...
They have each other added.
Yeah,
Dude.
like...
Dude. I'm fucking shaking and crying right now, dude. Fuck. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm freaking the fuck out, dude. Please, please, please. God. Okay. A leaked screenshot shows that Schlep still has Trav added as of January of 2026. Blocked me for calling him out. Schlep actively blocks people for pointing out his association with Trav and will not address it. Yeah, because he thinks it's bullshit, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe if instead of, like, talking about these insane claims of him being, like, friends with condo owners, instead you just talk about him being an irresponsible retard who has done multiple occasions of being irresponsible and retarded, maybe then Schlep would listen to you. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that an interesting concept? W Schlep. And then we have, great, we're using a Natty Forsyth tweet here. Great, okay, that's great. W Block from YT Bossman 69 UK. Okay. You think that you've escaped from us, but we've taken everything and documented it. It clearly shows that you're aware of your friend's relationship. Schlep, what he is associated with, documented now. Allegedly, Schlep got another creator who makes predator catching videos named Bossman69 UK to block 2 individuals asking about Trav. It is the best feeling in the world when some random on Zitter basically calls me a pedo just because I work with the renowned child predator catchers. No proof at all for raw dogging it, says Shadow Cat Lord. Tens of thousands of devs and freelance workers are now fucked with Roblox making it so that you have to give your ID in a month just to upload games to Roblox. I view this as a very good thing. Roblox is a site where people games are made by people other than Roblox staff. Roblox is maintained by the staff and back-end developers. Platforms like Steam and Epic do the exact same thing. To publish a game on Steam, you're required to provide banking info, which is its own ID verification. You're also required to pay $100 USD per game you want to publish. Epic Games has the same requirements, but they do require you to be 18+. When a game publishing platform like Roblox doesn't have requirements this strict, you get communities of people looking to abuse it. Before I became part of MFD and by extension the Row Catchers, I was infiltrating the condo community by social engineering the staff of their servers and nuking their servers. I would backdoor and chat log every upload that went live and track hundreds of users. Trav saying that he worked with Schlep and is a part of Row Catchers. Okay. Why was that even up for okay. Sure. Oh, that's Z-Man partnering up with Travi with possession of, which is not true. This is not true. Okay. Do you see why people don't take this seriously? It's because you're spouting off nonsense. Like, stick to the facts, guys. Stick to the facts.
Why am I not allowed to maliciously frame it? I don't like this person.
Dude, I just want to maliciously frame it because, like, it's funny. It's just a meme. It's funny. Actually, if you
I
get
don't like
that
this
as a reason.
person, so they deserve to be viewed in the worst possible light.
Honestly, if the reason was funny, he'd be forgiven. But that's not what's happening here. Okay.
And the reason is I'm gay.
The reason is I am a closeted homosexual. Please have mercy. Please. For the love
I have a folder of another man, and I planned on making a video on him for months, says Duck Dolan.
Awesome.
I'm straight, by the way.
This dude, when they learn I actually work with Schlep, and Schlep actively supports me, Schlep is innocent, fuck Parlo. Trav would take the opportunity to brag how he works with Schlep, and Schlep always supports me in his Discord server. Schlep gave me advice on, gave advice to Trav on how to strike and take down Duck Dolan's video. I was in their friend group in GCs and saw this all in 2025. Okay, so again, when it's somebody you don't like, for some reason, there's this huge impetus that there's not enough proof. But then when it's talking about someone that you don't like in a bad way, you're going to include the tweet and just say allegedly instead of saying there's no proof for this claim whatsoever. Great. That makes sense. Cool. Fucking dumbass. Allegedly from the other user. Yeah, we read it. We read it. All right. Vic, can you tackle this one?
Okay. First time I heard of Orange, it was because I called Natharix a pedophile, before it was commonly accepted. He put my YouTube comment in his video where he was defending Natharix, and then later I was vindicated. I wasn't even aware of Orange until he tried to make me look bad, and then just recently in December or so he joined this Discord. Apparently he watched my video about Runker and wanted to talk with me. Basically, he told me that he was making a hit piece on Potamer and wanted more info on what I knew about that situation. I helped him out, but he also told me that he can't be seen talking to me because of alliances or something, which I interpreted to him as him being impartial to certain people and not criticizing them to do or in fear of getting criticized himself. People such as Trav, Ruben, Potamer, etc., he's really a snake and may turn on people at any moment, if it gives him views anyway. He sometimes does the right thing for the wrong reasons. Another experience I had with him was him crashing out in my Twitter DMs because I had liked a tweet criticizing him. Then he tried to question me, insult me, manipulate me. So yeah, Orange, a retard at best.
Okay.
Okay.
Orange joined this VC a few months ago and spoke to me on VC, and the things he was saying seemed so corrupt, like he was talking about keeping his future videos about Potamer secret because he didn't want to mess up alliances and shit. Who gives a fuck about an alliance if a guy touched a kid? If a minor touched another minor, but that's okay. Same thing goes for how he didn't speak up about Trav or Schlep or anyone else who has lied or done bad things in the community. Orange has weird alliances. The first time I got in a call with Orange was when he was making his Potamer Exposed video. He said stuff that didn't make much sense to me, like how there are alliances in the Roblox YouTube space, and he basically didn't want to be seen interacting with me because there are people watching us both. This was at the time I exposed Trav and Ruben. I don't think Orange is making fake drama when what he has said on livestream did seem to line up with the things he told me in private almost a whole year ago. I actually believe him for once, but you are correct. He has been complicit in the cover-up and still is until he reveals the info completely. So here's a question. We're going to say that Schlep covered it up and Ruben covered it up. But when it comes to this random Orange freako, okay, we're going to anonymize him? Why? If this guy, according to Duck Dolan, the Doc Writer's hero, is like complicit in like not sharing information, why does he deserve to be redacted? Also, what does this have to do with Ruben or Trav? All this means is that he didn't want to be seen talking to Dolan because of Ruben and Trav. That doesn't mean that Ruben or Trav even know who this person is.
That's because Dolan's ego can't handle that people don't like him because he's a gay retard.
Like, what is this? I just don't understand what this has to do with Ruben or Trav. Like, why it's being looped in with them. And, like, if you are supposedly so passionate about showing people who are like sweeping for the Potimer stuff, why are you redacting the info of this person? That seems a little fucked up to me. It seems like you're complicit in this person covering it up or not holding them accountable. And I don't understand why you're doing that if the entire intention is supposedly, you caring. I don't get it. But okay. Conclusion. I hope this serves as a massive call out, and it didn't, on Trav and his associates for having lied about everything to save face. Trav is constantly lying. Okay. Trav lied about his drama with Dolan. What are you talking about? Okay. Trav would visit illegal. Oh my god. Okay. All right. And then Trav and his associate Z-Man defamed the Minecraft anti-pay-to-win YouTuber named Duper. I will say this is the one that he should answer for, in my opinion. I would love to grill him over this, but I guarantee he would never get in a call with me. But that's okay. That's okay.
It's okay. He'll just feign he didn't let Epic know and that he was Le Friend, so it's chill.
Okay, I just asked him if he would be down to get into a call because I want to know a few more details about this proof that he sent before I pull it up. Because those links appear to be uncensored. If they're still active links, he's essentially sharing his own docs information with me. So that's not great.
It's okay. He trusts you.
He trusts me. Yeah. As he's sending me like his to be shown on stream. Why is he like completely silent now? At the very least, I need to know if these links are still active.
Can you just click them off stream?
Well, I can't click the links because they're screenshots.
Oh, he's there.
Come outside, we won't jump you.
So is that a yes or a no?
Okay, he can jump on for a little. Let's get in the group chat. Hello, Trav.
Yo.
Okay, so first... okay. What's up?
I'm good.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, first question and the most important one here. Are those links that you sent me still active?
Yes, because they are part of like a little archive I have. So,
okay, so...
But they don't leak anything because like I was very selective on what to send because I didn't really obviously those are stream safe.
Okay, so those are stream safe, but are you saying that there were other links that were shared that were not stream safe?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
are you able to
the other ones are documented obviously for
Are you able to redact those and send those to me so we can at least show them to chat?
Yeah, the images of the Google links.
Yeah.
Let me, the Google links are MP4s. I might still have them on my system. I just gotta dig for them real quick. Let me see.
Okay. The Google links that he sent Vic are stream safe. That's what he's saying.
Because I'm trying
it's not personal information.
There was one, it was edited, which is with music and whatnot, and I'm I just want the raw one. Because it would be a lot better to go through it. Hold on.
Okay.
Well... Okay, so... It actually would probably be best to show the one with music, because that one actually redacts this information. To put a long story short, it got pretty bad because for some ungodly reason, old classmates that I knew, or I would say that I associated with, found the video and then immediately took everything Dolan said face value, and then they hopped into a big VC and Dolan server, and then these guys were yeah, we can send everything we know about him to you, and then they just started sending yearbook photos. They started sending pictures of the things I did in the extracurricular. They started saying what companies my parents owned. They started vague dropping my location. They started naming off relatives and all sorts of things.
Yeah,
And
so
the whole time, because Dolan was in the same VC with them while they were sending all of this, Dolan never banned them. So he was completely, like, he was complicit with them being in the VC and them just straight up sending everything about my life to them.
okay.
So I mean, and then that information, I mean, obviously that's still out there, but let me get the.
Yeah, so like I
Just
said,
like
any of that you could show us redacted would be really useful,
there's-
obviously, because that's like a pretty terrible smoking gun on their part.
It is, and I will say, I mean, I had to open a police report. It's not my, I mean, obviously, I didn't have the hope that something would actually happen. It was just for my own safety that an active report would be open in the event that a swatting would occur or anything like that.
Sure.
Because these people on the trying to pick my words carefully because you're streaming. I don't want to get anything.
I understand.
Take it down. So, how can I say this? These people, they randomly dropped, basically saying, oh yeah, you can call in a certain incident that would put the school on lockdown.
Right.
Yeah, you can bring in a certain device and put the school on lockdown.
Oh,
blah, blah, blah,
okay.
blah, blah.
Okay. So they were like making threats about potentially like swatting your school.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
So they were, and here's the thing: is that I think I'm trying to remember when this happened. So this was, I had just graduated. However, I have a relative that still goes to the school that would put them in danger if they went through with it.
Right.
So, I mean, and also, I mean, the elephant in the room, they were gonna try and put the school on lockdown. That's the furthest thing I ever want. And the thing about it is that they were gonna do all of this because they want to spite me. Like,
yeah.
Are we serious over internet drama?
Right. Yeah, so again, please definitely pull that up for us so that we can properly, show that to people and show that that's obviously extremely malicious and terrible, and also shows that, Dolan was lying. Or people were lying on behalf of him,
that's the video
I
right
should
there. That's the video right there. It's the redacted version of it, so everything that's said that's like personal will be censored.
Okay, great. Okay, so let me just show here. I'll share my screen so you can see what I'm saying. So let me just show these messages first. And so this is the context of this, if I'm mistaken, just correct me, is that these are how an old classmate or old classmates saw Dolan's video and started sharing your personal info with Dolan, and Dolan never banned them from the server.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
These people, they kind of like trickled in at a time, and then they kind of just started talking about me, saying like, man, I never knew this, and blah 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 blah. And then they were like, yeah, we could just start sending his information. And then they did. They sent a whole bunch of pictures, which I have archived, but obviously not stream safe. And they kind of just started sending them, and and I was sitting like pretty, because I had someone in the inside who was kind of just telling me, yo, this is happening, you probably want to start archiving all this. And it was hours on hours, and they still wouldn't get banned or anything. I don't even think they got kicked or banned. They kind of just left the server on their own.
They never, okay, so to your knowledge, they never even got banned, period.
Yeah, to my knowledge, I never saw any of them disappear or anything, like, as if they would get banned.
Okay, so reading these messages real quick. Not the craziest thing that's happened in band, though. I had zero clue a kid like him would do things like that. Band kid aura. It was passed around the mid-low band kid alumni groups. Wasn't even just alumni lol. The vid's doing rounds in the band alumni circle. Crazy, that's kind of funny. And then this is who was in that VC at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So then let me go ahead and play this video.
Yeah, don't dox yourself, guys.
Okay, it's gonna be one of these. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I didn't make the video itself. It was just kind of like a friend made it, but that's like the most heavily redacted one that I have.
That's fine. Yeah, let's just we'll go through it. Doxing is never allowed here anywhere. Young nephew Ryan Elf. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Dolan? Is that somebody else?
That's a server member in his server.
Okay, server member to server. Got it.
Yeah, so all the images you'll see are from his server and his server only.
The doxing stuff, Dolan has no association from what I know. Okay. Personally, ruining a predator's life by doxing and informing family and friends is what I do. So I'm assuming in this they're calling you a predator.
Yes.
Okay. And saying that they're telling your family and your friends. Okay. Doxing Trav was not needed. These folks are too obsessive with trying to kill the messenger, they're ignoring anything he's saying. No need to dox a random on YouTube just to blow his career up and shit. Did they actually dox him? I've seen zero proof of these claims so far. Only ones about him making fun of his appearance. I hear shit, out, Trav, and dox in the same sentence. I just know they found pictures of what looks like I couldn't really give a fuck. I'm assuming what looks like dox info. Okay, yeah, that's shitty as hell, but it doesn't necessarily fit the definition of doxing. Checking Runker, I saw somebody post a picture of Trav in high school, it seems. But obviously, if people are literally going to, family members and yeah, I mean, it's like life ruination. It's fucked. Okay.
We can dox Chris if you need.
Is that illegal? I don't know.
Okay.
On the school, I don't care.
Is there a void in the call? Can we kick this bitch out?
And hold on. I want to highlight what she's saying here.
On the school, I don't care.
Bro was about to kill himself.
We can call his phone number technically. Yeah, we
Yeah, give me.
Hey, actually, if you want to make a threat, usually whenever people make.
Yeah, I could have beat him up.
Call his phone number.
He lives in.
Jesus.
Figure
Okay.
out where Travis lives.
That owns.
Give me a phone number.
And Dolan was present for this entire VC.
He was in there the whole time,
Dude.
and he heard it all, and he kept them in there. He didn't take them out. He didn't say, "Hey, let's not do that. Let's not say that." I know he's bad, but can we not say this kind of stuff? He was in there, and just letting it happen.
Wow. Okay.
What is shit to your defense? You just know that he was saying that because when this was clipped, he's going to say well, I was telling them not to. It's like, bro, you would have just banned them if you gave a shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Obviously.
I mean,
Why would Fave do this, guys? Type down below. Why would Fave do this?
I'm just wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Off the pizza shift.
You're gonna get yourself an exposed video.
Why is Fave talking about sending pizzas to you? That's weird.
Okay. So that's done and dusted. Yeah, obviously I holistically decry any of that bullshit. I think that's terrible. I think that's a horrible thing to do. Obviously.
I'm going to highlight this real quick.
Okay.
So this kind of confirms. So do you know who ButtKid is?
Oh yeah, he's a fan
I've
of
heard
mine.
them. I've heard of them.
Because he's like a gone fishing LARPer who's like a clone of him. And so I guess this guy jumped on the bandwagon and he was like, I submitted an FBI tip about Trav and blah 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 blah, and then Dolan made a tweet. He said, "Where do you think ButtKid got the info for the report? I assisted him."
Okay.
So Dolan basically confirming that he shared my docs information to have a false FBI tip made on me.
Okay.
Which, means he's holding on to it and he's kind of just passing it around willy-nilly.
Let me pull that up as well. So he still has your personal information. Okay.
I mean, yeah, he's just passing it out to people like candy on Halloween, so.
Right, and is implicitly admitting to it. Okay. So
yeah.
Here, let me read this.
Let me see. I might have actually an archive, or it's just give me the screenshot.
The screenshot's fine.
But yeah, no, I don't have the archive itself, but the screenshot, yeah.
So Buckhead says, just submitted a report about Trav clicking on links he knew led to cheese pizza, which is not true. He was just told that they did, which is still very irresponsible, but that's okay. Still not enough to, like, you shouldn't, we'll get into my takes in a second, it's okay. I'm currently preparing a second report regarding the 3 rape threats that he made publicly on his Discord server, although that one could be possibly thrown out, and the punishment if found guilty would be considerably small, so I have bigger hope for the cheese pizza report. And then, where do you think Bucket got the info for the report? I assisted him. And then, thanks for both of these, Duck Dolan says. Then Bucket is a YouTuber, takes the style of Gone Fishing. He creates drama content on the Roblox platform. Dolan and his circle reached out to Bucket requesting a video about me to be made. After accepting this request, he gathered some people to further dox me in order to submit an FBI tip against me using the false evidence that Dolan had gathered. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is like, I'm trying to remember when, I want to say this started, because his whole campaign started a little before the Potamer drama like really blew up, and then it kind of segued into it because he was like, I'm working on my video and blah 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 blah. When that video came out, shit hit the fan. He was on me like white on rice, and it's like it came to a point where we were just joking, actually it got to a point where people were making voice AI edits of me and Dolan like in a bed, and you can put 2 and 2 together.
What the fuck?
Because like this dude was on me.
Right. Okay.
Like they were making this AI video. Admittedly, it was funny because it literally encapsulated like how obsessed this guy was over me, over the most petty drama known to man.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, no, Fave has some problems, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so then let me just get into kind of my opinions on all of this. So I think that you are kind of a retard. I haven't seen like much about you from this year other than supporting like a very obvious false accuser Z-Man, which we can talk about in a second, and you can fight me on it if you'd like. But the vast majority of the stuff that I've seen has been from 2024 that I actually find criticizable, namely you clicking those links at all, which I just think is really irresponsible. I, again, would never call you a predator. I would never call you a pedophile or anything like that, but I do think it was really irresponsible and stupid. I think the condo thing was really, really stupid and irresponsible. I think that, it's obviously like a liability issue. And all of that kind of stuff. I think those two are very obvious. I also think that you probably should have just reviewed your group chat with like Potamer and the alleged victim, and seen that the 12-16 age gap was mentioned in that, which it's just like easy to catch things that as like somebody who's working with MFD, which is constantly being attacked and their reputation is being discounted for random errors and stuff like that. You just kind of have to be more careful about stuff like that because you're representing that team. And then this Z-Man stuff is just like, it's just unfortunate. I understand that you're probably friends with the guy or whatever. I saw that you were trying to sweep for him by like trying to get him to leave the interview that he was in with me because he was making himself look really bad. I mean, that's interesting, I guess. I don't know. Is there a reason why you believe him?
I mean, the thing about it is I don't necessarily have like a side where I'm saying like, oh, this guy's right, this guy's wrong. I mean, you can just say how you want, because I try to avoid like just jumping on a bandwagon and saying like we need to kill this man now kind of thing. It's like I try to open myself up where I'm like, okay, well, I want to look at both sides. I really want to go and deep analyze this, and I also want the best for everyone in the whole situation. Even like it doesn't matter, if they did anything wrong. I don't see like how it would be okay, because it's like even criminals, it's like you don't instantly, like if someone kills someone, it's like, okay, well, you're gonna go to prison, you're gonna go here for this certain amount of time, and you're going to be rehabilitated, and you're going to be a changed person. And I see that in every single situation. I want to see change happen. And because I was just basically coaching Z-Man, I was saying, okay, so you admitted to this, you admitted to that, kind of just going through everything. I'm going through everything, and I'm like, okay, well, you did this, you did this, you did that, you did this. All this is wrong. And how I saw it was both sides did stupid things. Okay, at the end of the day, these two guys are just potheads that are just they're young adults, they're potheads, they're stupid. They go do this stuff, and they're like, yeah, we're gang, all that and whatnot. And then Z-Man sees that he's gone too far deep. I don't know, some drama happens. Just going back and forth. Z-Man's like, okay, well, I want to separate. And then I don't know. And then Z-Man just I don't know. It was a big thunderfuck, and I was like, okay, man, because I was buds with him before this happened, because we did a stream where we had an arena. We called it the EDP arena, where we would get people from condo servers, not necessarily like EDPs themselves. It would just be people that were like, yeah, I'm gonna play a condo game, and then we'd force them to fight EDP. And Duper hopped on stream for a second to see the little intro I made for it. So like this happened beforehand. And then, so I was already in contact with Z-Man. I didn't have any contact with Duper. So I was basically just immediately on the side of Duper, on the side of Z-Man. So all I could do was just tell Z-Man, like, here's how you're going to go through this. Here's how you're going to accept responsibility. And then this is what you're going to do. And you can either take my advice or not. That's up to you. And then, so when he was on stream, I was basically saying, I was in his DMs a few times, and I was like, okay, dude, you're gonna put yourself in a hole, and you're not gonna be able to get out of it. And I mean, I guess he just went through with the whole thing. I don't know. He was really dumb of that. And I am aware of a whole bunch of stuff that goes on in terms of like the doxing and him just, I don't know, him making threats. Like, okay, that's not okay. And he needed to sit down and realize that. And at the same time, I understand
Has he ever
emotion.
apologized for that? Because he
Not that I
didn't
can
on my
think of
stream.
off the top of my mind. Yeah, not that I can think of off the top of my mind. And that's what I was going through with him as well. I was saying like, okay, that's not okay to say. Like, you really need to think about that. And at a time that you can get, you really need to come forward and say that you didn't mean that. Now, if he went out and did it and behind closed doors, that's good for him. But I didn't keep track of that. I just basically told him what needs to be done.
Well, I think when you say something publicly like that, and you literally give like the dimensions of somebody's house, which is, and like the general area, which is doxable information, among other things that he did, like including the occupations of some members of his family, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
I think that doing that in such a public fashion and then not apologizing for it publicly is implicitly encouraging that behavior.
Yeah, it's really bad. And honestly, and you can look at me. I mean, Dolan's gone through the whole thing. I mean, my whole family's been in danger too. I know the back end of it. I know how it feels. It's not cool, because then you're basically living in a state of panic. Like, oh, I could be having a great day. I could be eating lunch or something. All of a sudden, the door gets kicked in, and a bunch of these guys come in and tell me to get on the ground because they think that there's a domestic abuse. It's like it's just really bad. And I told him that's not okay. Even like, I know you'll have a chance to be on your own platform, but you need to take accountability, because I was coaching him through it, because he wanted so badly to start flaming Duper and come out with a whole bunch of BS. And I was like, dude, you need to stop. You need to chill. It's not worth it. Okay. Like, you can't, it's not okay. Okay. You got to stop. You got to calm down. You got to retract. You got to start thinking. So I'm just like, because I was trying to prevent him from doing something bad in terms of, a further dox. Because this dude, he's claiming that he had way more. And I'm like, okay, well, what does he have? Because he didn't really open up to me on that. And I didn't want to dig into it because I'm not nosy. I could care less. But I don't, because he said in his video that was like what was needed to say, in air quotes. So there could be more that he has that could be detrimental. And I'm basically just telling him, like, you need to calm down. Okay, you said what you needed to be said, and then this is where the part where you just screw off. You go through, you screw off, you don't do anything stupid.
So,
like, he's just acted dumb. I'm like, because I'm preventing him from getting into a point that's gonna harm Duper as well.
He's already gotten into that point. He's already harmed his reputation irreparably. He has already. Let me just ask you a couple questions. So, are you still friends with Z-Man?
I would say I have him added, but that's just because that's how the messaging is set up. But I don't talk to him on a daily basis. He just kind of chimes in now and then.
But you guys collabed 2 weeks ago, right?
Was that? I'm trying to.
2.5 weeks ago.
That was
April
stream.
17th.
Yeah.
Yes, you collaborated on stream together 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that was for. Hold on, because I'm tracing DMs as well to make sure I know what I'm saying, because I don't want to say something that's untrue. Hold on a second. Okay, that was for because we did that because I'm trying to get his mind off of everything here. Because he sent me a image that was from Duper. He said this video will be unlisted. This is Duper's response, or this was like Duper's response video.
It was his knee-jerk original response.
He said this video will be unlisted and archived on April 15th. This is not an attempt to hide anything, but rather I'm not a drama nor commentary YouTuber. And now that everyone has seen my response, I feel like there's no need to keep this public on my channel. And Z-Man was having a crackpot theory that he was gonna like unlist it and then all of a sudden come out with something else. And I was just telling him like, no. And he said all he's doing is turning videos from public to unlisted. He's practically moving on. Pay no mind to it and just leave it alone.
Okay, so that's all fine. But so you would agree that you guys collaborated with each other like 2.5 weeks ago. I would say that you guys are still at the very least collaborators from recently. I don't know if you're downplaying your friendship at all. It's whatever. I don't really care. But it sounds to me like at the very least you guys have collaborated very recently. It wouldn't be a stretch to say that you guys are probably at the very least friendly or on decent terms. Okay, and so on top of that, my next question for you is, how did you feel getting false allegations levied against you?
I mean, honestly, to me, I was like, here's the thing, right? I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I don't stream. I have my own life. Like, I say it so many times in my community post that I don't see YouTube content as a priority. I see my life as a priority, and I care more about what I do in my life than I do online. So anytime I upload a video, it's like, hey, I just made this in my free time. And the fact that someone would obsess over me so badly just fathomed me. I was like, this random person on the internet wants to be part of my life so badly over the dumbest thing ever. More or less, I wasn't like scared. I was just laughing. I was like, how could someone be this obsessed over this?
So when people were involving your real life with like life ruining allegations, you were laughing about it?
The thing about it was, I was looking at how Dolan was like structuring it, the way the proof behind it, and because I'm looking at it to see if there's anything I need to address. And really, it's just all or nothing burger. Like, before I was even on call, you saw how retarded that document was. And the takeaway from it was that I just acted retarded and that, I'm just a big retard. You never saw me as someone that would be a risk to children, that if I was in the presence of a child, that I would need to be watched very closely.
No,
that was
I do see you as a risk to MFD's reputation, though.
That was the only takeaway. That's the whole point too. That's the reason I just didn't care. I was like, okay, well, this guy's just burning his course. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, this guy's just obsessed.
But so are you genuinely telling me that, like, when your real life was involved and like these people, your former classmates, were coming out and like sending like that kind of stuff, Like you didn't care, you were fine with that?
That part, no, I locked in for that part. I'm saying the majority of the whole, like, because this spans many years, and
But
this and
would
the
you
whole beef between us.
real quick,
Mhm.
would you not agree that those are the results of your false allegations?
The with the classmates coming out.
Correct.
That would be the result of the false allegations, because they
Correct.
literally said that
Right.
they were talking about the video. They
Exactly.
were like, we never knew, and blah blah
So
blah.
so my point here is that it wasn't like just a funny thing to you. Like, I mean, in the end result,
Oh, of course not.
it was, there were people, literally in your real life coming out about you and like doing all this stuff, and those were results of a false allegation, right? So
Yeah.
now my
that's the
point in
result of
this, and then follow-up question, just to really hammer things home. How did you feel about pseudo docs information being shared against you?
Obviously, it's not pleasant. I mean, that's risky because people on the internet don't like to take their time into things, and I mean that's a majority. I mean, at the same time, I'm guilty of it too. I don't take my time with things. I was irresponsible with it, and I tried to get better, and I tried to learn from my mistakes. I mean, the whole Potimer situation was a huge thing because I was like, the way I handled that one, I kind of just think about it, comes back to me. I'm like, oh my God, I hated how I handled that.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people, like you see you probably see it. There are people who actually think that I'm an EDP. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, on what grounds? Where's the victim? Where's the chat logs? Where's everything? How in the world am I one? And then basically what happens is when that information comes out, because people for some reason just love to jump to it's like, okay, so here's this person, I'm gonna dox them.
Mm-hmm.
They immediately 0 to 100. So I mean, it's very bad. But here's the thing. I mean, my personal life is a lot different than anyone else because of my family. I have really great relations with the police in my local town, and come to find out when I was looking into it, I was already on a whitelist. So if something were to happen, they wouldn't come. It would be just a phone call. Hey, we got this. We just want to confirm.
That's
blah,
all
blah,
fine.
blah, blah.
My point is that, obviously you were not thrilled about it. It puts you and your family at risk. Obviously, I think this is, implicitly obvious. So now, final question here. Did you look into the things that Z-Man was alleging about Duper?
Yeah, I mean, I looked into it because, like I said, I want to look into both sides. So I looked into it.
So did you watch
and I was just looking into
Did you watch Duper's eventual response? That
yes,
Z-Man
I did.
watched on stream. Okay.
Mhm.
So
there are points I do agree with Duper. I have points I agree with both sides. I have points I agree with. There's points I don't agree with both sides. It goes either or because both sides messed up. At the end of the day, they both messed up. They both did stupid things.
What did Duper mess up doing?
But one made even dumber mistakes. I mean, the
Who
whole
made
thing
dumber
is just,
mistakes?
I think Z-Man did in terms of his crash outs.
Okay, and so what did Duper do that was wrong?
Let me look and see, because I think Duper was just like more or less like brushing it off, just laughing at it, not really looking into it. The parts that I liked with Z-Man was that Z-Man did come forward and address some things. That's what I liked, and I would love to see that more of Duper.
Duper did
But
do that.
it's
He was
like-
addressing all of the things that were said against him.
As in, like, taking responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, he was taking responsibility for the fact that false allegations had been levied against him and giving an explanation for them.
Well, like, I was saying, like, as in, like, things he did wrong, and then he's saying, I did this, and yes, I made a mistake kind of thing.
But what are the
So it's
mistakes that he
like-
made?
I'm just talking about in general. I don't have it off the top of my head, because, like, I'm not online chronically, so I don't
Yeah,
follow
but my
this.
point would be that, like,
You're not.
my whole point here would be that I don't think that there are obvious mistakes. I think that this was a series of blatant false allegations in order to ruin someone's career, and that's how it came off to pretty much
that's what it
everybody with
was.
like
I
a
mean, it's
sensible.
just-
So you admit that that's what it was? Okay. So
I mean, just both sides just throwing. That's what I mean. The whole
well,
thing
no,
was
it was not
just
both sides
flinging-
throwing. It was Z-Man making false allegations in an attempt to ruin Duper's career, and Duper responding to the allegations. That's what it was. And also, on top of that, I mean, you were there for the interview, so you were there when Z-Man out of nowhere for no apparent reason at all, talked about the fact that exposed to the public that Duper has a history with eating disorders and that he was formerly suicidal.
Yeah,
which
I mean,
is, again, personal information that has no reason to get out, right? So my point here.
My point here. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm best buddies with Zeman because I'm not.
Well, you collaborated with him 2.5 weeks ago.
I collaborated.
And
yes,
you also implicitly you agreed
No.
with the allegations against Duper in those Discord messages in Z-Man's server.
I mean, yes, because I'm going through the whole thing. I'm trying to process. I mean, again, this.
But I thought that you just said that I thought that you just said that the entire thing that people need to do is really properly look at things before giving a take. This is what you said you did, but you didn't do that.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, and that's what I said. I mean, that's a fault that I have that I'm trying to go through.
And so here's the problem.
The whole thing too is just all twisted in knots. I mean, I hear both things. I'm hearing from one side, I'm hearing from another side, and the whole thing I'm just viewing it as just straight up retarded. I'm trying, and at the same time too, it's like I don't want to hurt someone. I want to help someone get out of it. My whole thing is that I'm trying to find a way to end it peacefully, and at the same because that's what I tried doing in terms of getting Potamer in a way that he could get like resolution, but of course his parents intervened. I couldn't do anything.
Okay, how is you supporting like Z-Man's side, which is on the side of, again, like career ruination? How is you supporting that, trying to resolve things peacefully between the two parties at all?
I mean, because him doxing, that's obviously not okay. I'm like, because I talked to him about that, and that's the thing is that I'm trying to get him to a point where he won't make dumb decisions, because that's the thing. I know Duper is capable of thinking about it and not doing it. Because he said he was going to unlist his video because he's not a drama YouTuber. Duper is obviously trying to conclude the drama because he doesn't like that this whole thing's going on. Z-Man wants to keep on antagonizing it. So I don't see a need to go over to Duper and talk to him about it, because Duper is doing what he's doing to
So instead
you
just blindly agree with potentially false allegations.
That's not what I've done.
That is what you did.
That is what you've done.
That is objectively what you did. That is objectively what you did, and then you went on to collaborate with him a week later. And so the thing that I don't understand is why, and listen, I actually have a consistent take on this, which is that both are bad. Both Z-Man and Dolan are bad, right? So I don't understand why to you it is, you're not going to like totally look into what literally has happened to you, which are potentially life-ruining, career-ruining, false allegations against your name. And then when you see it being done to somebody that you or by somebody that you associate with, you are not going to look into it. You're going to blindly support it, and you're going to be on a live stream with them a week later. I don't understand that.
I mean, that's just the bad part about it. I mean, I've been trying to get to a point where I can distance, because I want to. Obviously, I want to get out, like a bail out.
Then just tell him. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't have to like play politics with this. So, like, why are you treating this guy like he's your wife, dude? Like, you can just tell him.
No,
like,
not
what?
really.
You kind of are. If you say that you feel like you can't, like, you're like trying to back out of it, you sound like an abused wife, man. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you can just tell him that you don't fuck with him and you don't think that what he did was good. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about?
No, because like when you get into it, you get dragged back in. That's how it's been with the Potamer thing, because I just keep on getting dragged back in because I've been there since the start.
Is he blackmailing? What the fuck do you mean?
Come on, what does that mean, dude? What are you talking about?
What the fuck?
Genuinely, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? This is bleak, man.
Because I got roped into it. I was never part of it first, and then he kind of.
But just came in. What are you talking? Wait. Explain how you got roped into it. Explain how you got roped into it. Explain how you got roped into it.
Because I didn't even know this was going on until I saw the server blowing up.
And then, so without even looking into it, you decided to support it. That's not getting roped in.
No.
That's deciding to give your take on it. How is that getting roped
I
in?
didn't immediately take a side. I was just telling him not to be retarded while I was looking into it.
You did. I literally have the dude. This is the only thing this fucking document's good for, and I'm gonna scroll back up to it. Hold on, because that's just not true. That's just not true. Like you literally did verbatim say. Hold on, let me fucking find it. God, dude, God. Okay, this is chopped as fuck, man. Okay. Hold on, let me find it. I'm going. Okay, here. Is Duper's response LARP Sahur? You put a vote there, and then you also say, you know, blah blah blah. We don't want to harass Duper. That's good. I'm glad you said that. But it's funny because the things that you're saying. Here's something very ironic here. I'd like to add on to this and say we don't encourage anybody to harass Duper or anyone around him, which is funny because Z-Man's the only person giving like actual like personal details about him. You won't accomplish anything by being a little skid and doxing some random over Minecraft. Z-Man needs to hear that. Z-Man said what he needed to say and is moving on, which just, okay, sure, I guess. Furthermore, if you're seen instigating or participating in shit-flinging over the beef, you'll be punished. You're allowed to talk about it, but don't start World War IV. And it was Duper and Z-Man that beefed. Like, you say, you are like, hey, is this LARP? You are the oy vey, stop noticing, get him out of the stream. Where's the, and then announcing this collab with him. Like, yes, you are, yes. Like, I don't understand how, what am I missing here? What am I missing here? How are you roped in?
I'm going to when this started because it's pretty far up because I trying to make sure I get this right because I don't want to say something that is just complete bullshit. Because I remember this started because I'm trying to remember from the very beginning because I remember this started because we had the arena that was originally going to be used for To Catch a Predator, but it never happened because Schlep got the cease and desist. So then, I'm trying to remember how I even got in contact in the first place. Because I never thought I would have to go through this over some bullshit.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you know, pro tip, you probably shouldn't, like, you know, support allegations that you don't know anything about, right? Because, I mean...
I never said I supported any of that, because, like,
You did a collab with him literally a week later, dude. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You implicitly are supporting
was already
him.
Planned.
It was okay, you could have canceled it. What are you talking about?
I didn't have everything in front of me. All I heard was just word of mouth at the time. I couldn't get anything in front of me.
Okay, so then why did you say it? Why did you say 2.5 weeks before your collab? Why did you say is Duper's response LARP Sahur?
Because I was only seeing one side of it, and then that's when I was on the bandwagon on that side.
So did you say that without watching his response?
And then I went into the middle.
What do you mean you went into the middle?
That was because I don't have a side on this, and I don't want to pick a side.
How?
Because I'm damned if I do,
You're pretty much being endorsed by him.
Exactly. You're endorsing him. What are you talking about? You're on his stream endorsing him. What are you talking about?
You're literally his admin.
Yes.
He gave me that because I just joined the server. I never asked.
Dude!
Okay, man. Okay.
Dude, this is insane. Okay.
So did you see the response? Yes or no?
Whose response?
Z-Man.
No. Duper's response. Yeah, Duper's actual response.
Yeah.
Not the first one. The actual one.
Okay.
Yeah, did you see it?
Hold on.
Because earlier in this interview, you said that you had.
I saw, because I saw his first and second, so that one. I saw that one, and then that's when I was hold on, I'm looking for it. That's when I was basically pointing points, like I was telling him, like, what's this about, what's this about, what's this about, blah 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 blah. I don't know. Because
you don't know?
It's just
Oh, man.
I'm so confused. Okay, what do you
I don't
mean
know, man.
you don't know?
He doesn't know, man.
I don't know.
You don't.
What do
You
I?
don't know,
Dude, he doesn't know what he
Okay.
doesn't know, dude. All right, I think we're done here. Personally, my conclusion here is that genuinely it is a gigantic liability to have you on MFD. I don't think there's any reason to have you in there. Personally,
That's your takeaway. But
that is my
whatever, I
takeaway,
mean.
and that's what I'm saying right now.
No,
Anyways, I'm gonna keep
it's
on
my
talking
takeaway
now.
too, man.
But
Sorry.
I'm gonna keep on talking. So, you know, I think you're a giant liability. I think you're very retarded. I don't think that you are able to parse like. I think the Z-Man situation alone goes to show that you are completely unable to parse through like potential life-ruining allegations in an effective and mature way, which is definitely an important aspect to have if you're going to be MFD staff. So yeah, I hate that you're being called a predator. Genuinely. I do not think that you are that at all. Nobody deserves that shit. Nobody deserves having their real life brought in, and I'm very, very sorry that that's happened to you. But that being said, it doesn't remove my earlier criticisms. So, you know, you can have some closing thoughts if you'd like. Okay, Duck Dolan, in my chat, you suck even worse. I literally showed proof that you were sitting in a Discord encouraging people to fucking dox this guy and did nothing about it. And you lied about it multiple times, you fucking freak. Don't come in here and act all friendly with me. No, do not come in here and act all friendly with me, you fucking freak. Do not come in here and act all friendly with me. You do not have any kind of fucking endorsement from me. Just because I am criticizing Trav does not mean that I in any way endorse you. You are a fucking scumbag, and you deserve to rot for false allegations like that. Fuck you. Okay. Anyways, Trav, go ahead, and if you'd like to have a closing statement here.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not gonna sit here and say that you're wrong and I'm all right. Obviously, I think you have valid points, and that I don't know. I can't really find the words for it. Obviously, because you're right. I didn't look into it. I didn't see it. And, sometimes it takes things like this for someone to see something, and obviously I'm going to take that. That's the whole point of it. You live and you learn. So that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to take corrective action, and I'm going to learn from it, and I'm going to move on, because I don't want to do the wrong thing. I want to be able to move on from it. And then, so, I really do thank you for all the criticism. It's really informative that, I can hear that from a different perspective instead of, hearing it all on one side. It's really great to hear that, being able to learn from it. I really do appreciate that. And,
no problem. I try to be fair and balanced. I don't, pick sides. I just evaluate based on the facts. So,
right. And I really do appreciate the evaluation. It's really welcome, and I definitely will take that to heart, and I will definitely I'll move from that. So it's not going to be on deaf ears, I promise you. So it's really do appreciate that. And then a few other things, because to kind of give a little bit of context on a few things. I know you were going through it. So the and then for the polymer thing, so the ages, because I said them wrong, and I had it at that point. And then there was a time where I'm trying to, because I have like a whole thing for this. Yeah, because there was a time where all of a sudden they kind of just switched up. Both of them did. And they both switched up, which made me question anything that the victim said, because I wanted to hear everything from the victim's point of view, because why would you take a suspect first value? I wanted to go through the victim. They both switched up, and then that I went to Parlo with all the information that I had heard, because I was middlemaning it. I basically told Parlo, here's everything I know, go ahead and do what you want with it. I told him, this is it, take it face value or not.
So, pro tip, like, you should be going through DMs whenever possible, because, again, knowing the fact that the 14-year-old victim is still talking to Potimer at that point, it's showing that she is clearly compromised, and, being a 14-year-old doesn't really understand what's going on. So, you shouldn't really be getting it through either of their words of mouth. It should be more with actual evidence through the DMs and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what you could. What else you got? What else you got?
That whole thing that was screwed from the start. So like when I handed all the information to Parlo, I basically just gave the stick to Parlo and then took my leave as soon as I could because it just really got bad. And then let's see. And then for the condo rates, so basically I had that argument because those screenshots were horribly in out of order, because what it looked like was I apologized to Dolan saying that I realize it, and then it was followed up with me basically trying to justify it, which how it happened was I was trying to justify it, and then I sat down and apologized to Dolan saying that you were right and that I was wrong.
Okay, that's fine. That doesn't really change too much for me.
Because I wanted to take accountability for that part.
That's fine.
And then most importantly for the CSIM links, because I didn't think about it in a way where it would be like just viewing it in general. I was thinking that actually to explain how our system worked, because this was when MFD was taking in like we had a ticket system where people could just send in accounts, clothing items, decals, games, and then all these links were compiled into a big old Google Doc, and then Ruben would tweet it because that's when Roblox had their eyes on Ruben at the time. So what we were doing was we were verifying to see if it was even up. Because imagine putting all those links on a doc and then the Roblox employee going through it, just looking at it all being taken down. Because then the Roblox employee would be like, why are they doing this? It's already taken down by our system. This would just say that our system's working well. And we wanted to make sure that this was stuff that was still up. So we were treating everything like that, including the CSIM links. So we were kind of just throwing it into that category. When people started mass reporting it, that's when we were like, okay, so this area is a problem, and we need to start going through and saying that you can't do this anymore because this is really bad. This is at another level. And that's what Ruben said. Ruben was agreeing, saying that because like I was just there to help out looking through all that.
Okay.
And Dolan made it sound like that I was actively viewing it on purpose when everyone else on the team was trained like that.
Okay. Anyways, so I mean, yeah, none of that really changes any of my evaluations here. I still think that was incredibly irresponsible, blah blah blah. I still think the condo thing was incredibly irresponsible, blah blah blah. I still think that the Potimer thing was very irresponsible, blah blah blah.
Templeton,
so,
did you see what Jamal posted in the group chat?
Let me see. So yeah, I mean, let me see what this Jamal thing is, and then we're probably gonna take our leave. All
right.
Let's see. Yes, no, yes, no. I don't even know what that means. Oh.
Below, slightly above.
Oh, Duck Dolan? I don't want that fucking freak in here. No. Fuck that. Hell no. No. I don't want to talk to that fucking freak. Are you kidding me?
Why don't you want to talk to Fave?
Why don't do you want me to talk? Do you want me to have a conversation with somebody who is like literally like allowed? I mean, okay. I mean, sure, if I can.
No, I'm just joking. It's only.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't know what would be accomplished from talking to him.
Yeah, we get a drink. I'll be back.
It would be really funny if you did.
If I don't offer to talk to him, he's gonna like say that I'm like taking everything out of context. Fine. Fine. We'll give it a minute. See if he's gonna come in.
Oh lord. Brother, that game looks fire.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's a nice stream game because I don't have to pay too much attention to it. Nothing's gonna happen if I don't touch it for like 10 minutes. Okay. Awkward. Okay.
Maul is useless as always.
Jamal, you need to stop being brown right now. If you're watching this,
Did you see the immense amount of racism that was happening in the group chat while you were talking to Trev?
No, I was not paying any attention to it, to be honest. I have to wear fucking horse blinders sometimes.
Fair.
Jamal, why are you like taking 7 trillion years to fucking reply? Yeah, just add him, dude. He's in the fucking chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so why did he get added, but he's like not added to the call?
I have returned.
We are waiting to
Welcome
see
back.
if Donald Duck will come in.
That is so cool.
That is so cool and based. I love Donald Duck. I love
You're the
Disney.
youngest person ever.
I love Disney. It's really cool. Where is this guy, man?
I mean,
Is
now he can't say you didn't offer to give him on the floor.
I mean, it's so funny that he was like talking about how like he's talking shit in the chat, but then he's not joining. I'm just confused.
Yeah.
Well, just to make sure everything's good and dandy, we'll add him here too.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, add who? Who did you just add?
Oh no.
Who did he just add?
What have you done?
What the fuck?
Oh, fuck me, dude. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah,
Like, why
you're
would you
in
do
for
this
you're
shit,
in
dude?
you're in for some real mental
Why would you
retardation
do
now.
this?
Come on.